Selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Let's go. It's time for Sedano and Kap.
A little sabor, and we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano, and it is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Kap is on for your Friday afternoon.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Here we go, Friday, a feel-good Friday. As we get it rolling, Beto Duran, the Cisco kid, sitting in for vacationing Cappy. Shit-Addo's here. Producer Winzy Baseball. Funch and Lover is live from the NHL draft, by the way, across the street at Peacock Theater. We'll get the Funchy updates from the Peacock this afternoon. And we'll talk NBA draft last night. What did the Lakers do? What does it all mean? And Sedano will talk about other highlights from the second round of the NBA draft. We'll do that. Fun and frivolity. Dodgers are in KC. Angels hosted the Nationals. Let's get to it.
Oh.
I'm on with Sedano.
Followers.
Yamaliava, because I thought it was like I'm a-leaving.
A duck butt. What is that?
Friday edition of the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
A Jerusalem cherry.
He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah.
You say kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year. Ha-ha.
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse. Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like,
How do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger.
Hey, these Hard Knocks guys, they're all over me right now. It's like I'm back in Dayton.
You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm.
I mean, look at me. I'm a hot piece of ass. I mean, look at him.
Oh, man, I didn't know they come up on the glass like that.
Like a French bread, do you eat the butt?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, me too.
I don't.
Yeah. So do you guys?
You eat that butt.
I
Okay,
love it.
good.
The heels, the butt, all of it.
Sedano and Kap, your Friday afternoon right now.
Ba-da-ba. Ooh. Boom. Ba-da-ba. Yeah. Doom. Ba-da-ba. Ooh. Beam. Ba-da-ba. Doom. Yeah. Doom. Ba-da-ba.
In the zone, Sedano. You're in the zone, baby.
Can we have a conversation here about what just transpired at the end of Crosstalk?
When
And
keeping
listen,
it real goes wrong.
I love John Ireland. I do. I love him. I love the man. Okay. But did he just ask us if we would go to jail for us, like prison? Forget about jail. Okay. Jail is one thing. Prison, like hard time. Okay. For a sports team, that's the most rich person thing I've ever been asked in my life. Okay. What are we talking about here?
The best part is I walked into that having no clue what the context was. It was
Said
just, hey,
Beto, we're just potting you right up.
Yeah, here you go. And Lindsay's like, okay, you're up and on. Hey, would you go to prison? What? Like, and I was trying my best to say, hey, John,
what?
We're not white, bro. Like, I was trying not to say that, but damn,
bro,
Irish,
bro. Only people I'm going to prison for are my children. Okay, end of story. That's
it. Depends on which kid.
No, both of them. It's fine. But that's it. But let me tell you, if I get out, they're going to hear about it too.
Yeah.
Forever.
You better be serving a life sentence.
I haven't looked at my phone right now. I'm still getting situated. I have 13 text messages that all came in at once.
Right.
And I'm like, there's nothing else happening. So people were listening. I don't even want to look at those messages. Yeah, we love Ireland, but damn,
Did
bro.
Chonky text you?
Probably.
Yeah. Do you think Ireland can do Gen Pop?
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine, John?
Or does he have to be in protected custody?
Who would be the person that would survive least in this radio
John.
station in jail?
John, 100%.
Mason. Mason.
No, Mason would make friends,
He
bro.
would. He would.
That's
I
what he
would.
would.
Mason would make
Mason
friends.
is a survivor. Mason would make friends.
Ireland would survive
1,000% John.
because Ireland
You think
would have
John?
a lawyer.
No, but John
right?
would have right. He'd be like like in the movie Carlito's Way, the Sean Penn character. He'd
I
have
got somebody on the outside.
right. Had somebody on the outside take care of you.
None of
Once
that
I'm
stuff
out,
matters. None of that stuff matters inside, Johnny boy. That's what they'd say. They'd be like, in here, we're all the same.
That was some of the most privileged conversation ever.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
That's why when I brought it back to Oz, I'm like, hey, Rick Fox, what do you think about that? No.
And George Kittle is worse if he's. I mean, George Kittle, dog. I know you're making a lot of money, but come on, man. What are we talking
what was
about
the
here?
question? How did George Kittle get involved? I still don't know what happened.
He said something about, like, man, I would go to prison to be able to win a ring.
championship.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
I don't think he meant it seriously.
He didn't
though.
say like how long though.
Yeah.
Did
I'm sorry. I love the
1 year.
Eagles, but I ain't going to jail for the Eagles, man.
Hell
no, man.
No.
Hell no.
Like I said,
I don't think I'd go to jail. I wouldn't go for any of my siblings. I would go for my nephew. That's it. That's it.
Well, like I said, is it in Gen Pop or protected custody? Where am I at?
No, they say protected
Is it
custody
a
is even
maximum
worse.
security prison?
'Cause you
Where
go
am
crazy.
Funchy's negotiating already.
I at? Yeah, where am I at?
Funch is
Where's
like,
Jacob?
maybe. You know what I mean?
Funch, I asked Funch, like,
But
what?
not for like the Lakers. You'd have to do it for something bigger than that.
Funch doesn't even watch the finals. Of course
I
he's not
know.
going to prison.
Right,
for the
exactly.
Lakers.
To do it for some money.
He was at the Olive Garden.
Funch ain't going to survive that with that prison food.
Yeah,
Funch
they-
ain't going to like it,
They don't
man.
got the Olive Garden or Chili's in prison.
Funchy, you
that.
can't get no Thai food in
Oh,
prison,
come
bro.
on, man.
hey, Funchy, what's that movie with Kevin Hart and
Oh,
Will
I know.
Ferrell, where he prepares him to go
Yes.
to
Get
Get hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we do that with Ireland?
Oh my gosh.
Ireland with braids. Come on now.
Who would last longer, Funchy or John?
Oh man,
Yeah. Funchy.
Yeah, Funch, you told me you got soft hands,
I
man.
have
You
soft
can't,
hands.
you can't
I
go
don't
to
know if I
jail.
can, I don't know if I should be able to go to jail because I have soft hands. They might like that.
It is a Friday. It is
That was
Friday.
listen. There was a lot of things I was expecting to talk about coming into Crosstalk today. That was definitely not the question I was expecting today.
I saw Channing Tatum's going to be in this movie about this guy. It's a true story who escaped from prison.
I saw
and
the trailer for this.
Yeah, and he lived in the back of a Toys R Us for like months, and nobody knew he was there. He lived out of a Toys R Us.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then they found him. He went back to prison.
Oh man, that was a hell of a way to start the show. I got to be honest with you. So you think John? I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else?
I can't.
Well, I
think
even
of
asked him, like,
anyone.
John, do you have any like white collar friends that are in prison right now?
Yeah.
He said he did.
Yeah.
What about Travis?
No,
He'll be
Travis
fine,
would
right?
be fine.
Nah, Travis be
Yeah.
fine.
He'd be fine.
Travis
be hanging out
Travis
with
is
the
fine.
Mexicans.
Travis would be like the guy that has like all the nice
He's gonna have
advice
to,
for everyone.
He's gonna have to like shave his head and
I don't know about that.
What? This ain't American History X, bro. Come on.
You're saying he would need to join a gang?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to say it.
No, Travis would be
Funchy,
like
I don't know, bro. I got to be honest with you. I would be worried about you in prison.
That's what I'm saying. Have
All
soft
day.
hands. Yes.
No, man. I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I'm out of my business, man. I'm out of my business.
I'm not a fighter. I'm not a fighter.
I'm not a fighter, man. I'm a lover, man. Funchy
would
lover,
be-
man.
Do you guys know Scott Kaplan? I think he can get you something.
Remember in Goodfellas when they're the gangsters, they stay by themselves and they're cooking? That's where Travis would
yeah,
be
they
at.
would.
So
Living like
Big
the
E
bunk.
says, "Are we taking a taser for a championship?" Funchy, would you take a taser? Just one tase.
I don't know.
I mean, you'd be okay
it's-
eventually.
Yeah, but in like 15 minutes, I'll be good, right?
I don't know about 15 minutes. I've never taken one, so
Yeah,
I don't
well,
know.
I don't know what that
I mean,
feels
the
like.
jackass people do it all the time.
Right. They do. The jackass people do it.
Jackass-
Yes, they also got dumped upside down in a porta potty, so I don't know.
Bento, you ever been tased
that might
before?
That might be better than getting tased.
Hey, DeAndre, where's that bite? Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me, bro. Heck no. I don't ever. I've seen somebody get tased
Yeah,
from a
yeah.
distance.
That's not
in
fun
Hermosa.
either.
Yeah, at Hermosa Pier after a night at Sharky's, but nah, I'm okay.
Yeah. Wow. Funchy would consider a tase.
Yeah,
I can just see Funch's reaction as soon as the taser gets on him.
Yeah.
Funchy would
Remember
be
the
stiff as a
Hangover?
board real quick. Just,
And she might not come back from it.
Bergman
Like in The
Morales,
Hangover, right? They tased them to get out of there.
You
Yeah,
know,
Funchy would
Bergman
do that.
Morales would give me the whole week off after that, and I'll be fine.
Nah, you're working, bro. You and Andy Kamenetsky doing another show.
Nah.
Come on, Andy.
Wow, what a day.
All right, listen, let's just reset. How about that? Let's just do the whole show over again, basically. Yeah, anyway. All right, let's break. Seriously. On the other side, what we're going to do is, let's get into the Lakers situation, because Rob Pelinka spoke yesterday, and he was talking about the Lakers' needs after they took the kid from Arkansas. So we'll get into all that on the other side. But first, let me talk about LAX, man. People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investment to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between terminals and, of course, the new consolidated rental car center when you have friends and family come to visit. Metro trains and buses for the local folks who don't want to take their car. And if you do want to take your car, the economy parking and the Kiss and Fly lot, too. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less. That's round trip. And the train departs every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. To learn more, go to their website, lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's May. Summer is here. You made it. And one of Jacob and Ronnie's new billboards says, don't just exist, live. It's the kind of message that hits you, especially if you're dealing with the aftermath of a crash or injury. Jacob doesn't just handle cases. He helps people move forward, take their lives back, and get the justice that they deserve. If you've been injured in an accident, don't settle for silence or pain. Call somebody who's been standing up for LA families since the 90s. Jacob will fight for the maximum compensation, and you pay nothing unless he wins. You deserve somebody who will fight for what's right, and Jacob does that every single time. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, calljacob.com. Proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC.
Call Jacob.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense. Use Thrive and protect your business.
This is the next phase in my therapeutic work.
Nicole Kidman returns for the Hulu original 9 Perfect Strangers Season 2.
Breathe in, breathe out.
This is safe?
We take you back to a core trauma. Breathe in, breathe out.
She is manipulating us.
Breathe in, breathe out. While you're resisting.
Is it too late to get a refund? The all-new season of 9 Perfect Strangers is now streaming on Hulu and Disney+. New episodes Wednesdays.
For more than 75 years, University of Maryland Global Campus has given you the opportunity to build your next success. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs in career-relevant fields like business, healthcare, data analytics, cybersecurity, and more. Plus, we offer 100% online and hybrid courses, personalized advising, and lifetime career services. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
And it is Sedano Kap your Friday afternoon. Happy birthday to Khloe Kardashian. J.J. Abrams turns 59 and happy 50th birthday. Yes, we're going to start here. It was a topic in the group chat. The original Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, turns 50. And while we're all stunned that Tobey Maguire is 50, this gives us an excuse to play Chad Kroeger, Hero, the song from Spider-Man. And Chad Kroeger was the lead singer of Nickelback because producer D and Beto were like, who's Chad Kroeger? This is Chad Kroeger, homeboys. Sedano and Kap continues your Friday afternoon right now.
Well, the best part of that group text was DeAndre was like, who? And then Beto was like, who? But Beto knew. Beto was just playing a part.
No, no, the Nickelback. I don't know the guy's name.
Oh.
I just know Nickelback.
I mean, I don't know any of the names of the guys from Nickelback either, to be honest.
Yeah.
I saw
Tobey
this much later.
Yeah. Tobey Maguire for me is the guy from Seabiscuit.
He is from Seabiscuit. Well, he was Spider-Man.
You know, he was
exactly.
in a movie or a show that I just watched. Is a new show on Netflix. It's like about these people who live on an island, and they have they're part of like a fishing boat company, and then they become like drug runners, and he's the bad guy in it.
I started watching it.
Yeah, he's so creepy as a bad guy, creepy.
They were running drugs for the cartel in the Carolinas.
Yes, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I watched the first episode. I liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
He the best Spider-Man?
Yes.
He was good.
Yeah, I don't know. I only saw the other guy in one movie, so I don't know. Like Tobey Maguire. I stopped watching a lot of the superhero movies, I got to be honest with you.
I stopped after Spider-Man 2. I did not watch anything beyond that because it got way too confusing.
Yeah, there's just a lot of different universes and
Right.
whatever.
Multiverse and all.
Yes.
You got to take into factor of that.
Yeah.
There's been 3 Spider-Men in the last 20 years.
Get
Yeah,
outta here with
too
that.
many Spider-Mans.
Tom Holland's not bad, though. He does a good job playing Spider-Man, I must say.
Who's that?
Tom Holland.
The new one.
Oh, yeah, the new guy, yeah.
The Spider-Mans are always fun movies. I like those.
I mean, they're good movies, but at some point it's like I've already seen this movie.
Yeah.
You know? It's just a different actor and a slightly different storyline, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, whenever it pops up on a streaming service, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to go to the movies to watch it.
Right. Funchy, when are you going outside? All the NHL people are out
Probably
there.
like another 5 minutes or so.
Okay, because all the NHL people are out there. The red carpet is out there. I watched it. I was walking around for a little bit, checking it all out as the NHL draft is literally outside our doorsteps. So at the Peacock Theater.
What do you think the Kings' biggest needs are, George?
I don't know, an attacker. How about that?
They need to take the best skater available.
A left winger. How about that?
Best skater available
An
is one of the
enforcer.
terms I saw.
An enforcer.
Yeah. Somebody
here
who
it is.
can really cut it up.
You know, we're all about the puck here, Lynch. We all know that the Kings need a high-end defensive talent. We know that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's what ChatGPT just told me.
Beto nailed it. So, listen, I was all in on the Kings until they lost 4 in a row. You know what I mean? I was rooting for them. I was at one of the games they won. I was like, let's go. They're finally going to get past the Oilers, and then it didn't happen again.
Yeah, they need to add another high-impact player on the blue line. That's a priority.
There we go. Look at that. That sounds like you're a puckhead right there.
Oh, man.
I love
Old-time hockey.
So
like Eddie
Funch is
Shore.
going to be on the street at the NHL draft, and who knows how that's going to turn out.
It's going to be fun, man. Because those kids are so excited to be here. They just became millionaires, man. They're
In
like
LA.
18, 19 years old. Yeah,
I know.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so let me ask you a quick question. Now the Rob Pelinka stuff, is that just a quote, Lindsay? Or
No, I've got the sound.
Oh, we have audio. So they draft the kid from Arkansas yesterday, right? Adou Thiero. And look, we talked about it briefly. I don't know a ton about him, but I did some more research yesterday, and I think we kind of nailed it, right? Defensive guy, super athletic, great in transition.
High motor.
High motor, I'm sure.
A lot
yes.
of moxie.
Yeah. Needs work on shooting the ball. Not a very good jump shooter at all from any position. Offense needs some well-rounding for sure. But anyway, Pelinka was asked, of course he was, about the center position. So here's what Rob told reporters yesterday.
We're going to turn over every stone, and whatever resources the collective bargaining gives us, we're going to use to the utmost. That's what we got to do. And we have a couple players with player options, so we'll get those decisions in just a handful of days. And at that point, we'll know the tools that we have to go out into free agency and fill out the roster. But with the draft ending tonight, the work for that's already begun, but the focus now will turn from draft focus to free agency, and we won't rest till we get it right.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's something. We'll see what it turns into. He's saying the right things, and I'm assuming they're going to get it done. Look, so Phoenix made a deal for Mark Williams. They also drafted Kaman Malawach. So they have Nick Richards, who they, I believe, traded a second-rounder for. I mean, if you're the Lakers, bro, you might as well at least try to get Nick Richards in the fold. I mean, he's better than anything you've had in the last year at that position. So, what is he worth? Probably another second-rounder, if I had to guess.
Okay, second rounder, good. Do it. All right, he's available. If he is available, go get it.
Well, he is. It looks like, yeah.
Yeah. As Pelinka, I feel for him because yes, you know what you need to address, right? You know you need to get a center. But if there would have been a center available, don't you think he would have took him? It's not like he's ignoring a center.
No,
like,
the guy. Well, they wanted the kid that DeAndre wanted, Kalkbrenner from Creighton, but they jumped up to 35, but then he got taken a couple picks before that.
Yeah, how about the Lakers get credit for moving and maneuvering to get a player in a better spot than where they were supposed to be? Like that's
I'm not disputing that. I'm just
saying, I'm just saying for the fans, we're complaining about something right now.
Yeah.
Like, Rob's making moves. It's just hard because it was limited options yesterday. They're in the second round for a reason.
It's the second option then. Say, obviously the biggest thing is offloading off the expiring contract. That's what they all been saying. So if they were to do that, could they potentially get a guy like Nick Claxton? Because the Nets are obviously trying to go younger. And Nick Claxton's still young, but I'm saying, like, as far as rebuilding, can the Lakers potentially go out and get a guy like him since he's been targeted around the Lakers?
Yeah, but it's going to take something. Like, you're probably going to have to give up a first-rounder. But here's the thing. They also seem to want Andrew Wiggins, and Miami's going to want a first-rounder for Andrew Wiggins, too.
So at that point, you might as well, okay, if you guys want a first-rounder, no, we're going to go get a big man that we desperately need who fits what we need as far as a lob threat, can run the floor, and also can protect the rim.
Yeah, also, DeAndre, you don't have much time to develop these young kids. Like Kalkbrenner is going to be, he's 21 years old, 7'1", the kid that you really liked. But it's going to take him a while to develop into an NBA player where he's giving you, like, consistent minutes, consistency, right? Where he can come out and
know about that. He's a 4-year player. Like, a 4-year.
No, but I'm saying the adjustment to get into the NBA where you can say, okay, we can play him in the fourth quarter.
First of all, they're not playing they're not playing a center in the fourth quarter, if I had to guess. Okay, unless the center is legit, like, really good.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
But they don't have none of those guys are available.
Yeah.
So they're not playing a center in the fourth quarter. Like, not in crunch time. They're going to go small.
But then they got, right now, Dorian Finney-Smith declining his player option. That was their guy that we're going to go small because he would fill in that 4-man, the 5-man role, and he would guard the big man to be able to switch.
Right. They'll have to see if they bring him back. Yeah. But, yeah, like, they're not – I don't see a scenario where they're getting a big man. Maybe. Brook Lopez, you can make the case, I guess. But Brook Lopez wasn't even playing late in games for Milwaukee last year.
No.
So
Brook Lopez changed the way he plays anyways.
No, I get it, but I'm saying, like, he's still a veteran guy, like, who's won a championship. Like, he's not a bad guy to have on your roster.
No,
but Doc Rivers wasn't playing him at the end of playoff games.
Yeah.
No, they're rolling with Bobby Portis, but Brook Lopez, I don't know. Is he? Me personally, I don't think he's what the Lakers need. Yes, he can stretch the floor out, but he floats too much around the perimeter for what they need to do. I mean, if they were to
still
acquire
a good
him,
defensive player,
does great around the rim, and obviously his size, so he knows his angles and stuff like that as far as how to protect the rim. But really, like Luka Doncic needs that pick and roll game. He likes to come off of that.
He needs a vertical guy. Yeah, I get it, but I don't know who. Nick Claxton. Nick Claxton makes the most sense, but Nick Claxton is not coming cheap, especially if you want. You're going to have to either, because you got the one pick you can part with, right? So you got to decide it's on Nick Claxton or Andrew Wiggins. Because I'm telling you right now, Miami's not budging off Andrew Wiggins unless you're giving them a first round.
Who would you rather have?
I think they need Nick Claxton more. As I've also already stated, I'm not a huge Andrew Wiggins guy.
Me neither.
So
Cavs didn't like him, so I don't either.
Okay.
By the way, did you hear that the Suns inquired with the Cavs about Darius Garland and they wanted Kevin Durant? Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
I like Claxton. He's still young enough to where you can mold him in a different kind of way because Wiggins is 31 now, something like that.
Well, and he's actually got a very Nick Claxton, the center for the Nets, has a very team-friendly contract because it decelerates. Like, instead of increasing, it decreases. So, like, he was making 27 last year. He's going to make 25 this upcoming year. It's 23 the year after that, like 21 after that. So it actually is a very team-friendly contract, which rarely gets you're able to acquire. But that's why they're going to want a first-round pick for it.
Huh. So that's how they did it. So they loaded it more in the front.
Correct.
He signed close to like $100 million a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow. Oh, yeah, I'm looking right now. $20 million is he's going to make in 27, 28. That's friendly.
Yeah,
By the
it's
time
just
that
under
comes
21.
around?
It's 20.9. Yeah.
20.9. Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. They're going to want a first rounder. And
Heck yeah,
DeAndre
you
said it. They got needs, plural. Okay? They need a wing. They need another wing, and they need a big man. I don't know how you do that unless – you can't – you only got one first rounder to give away at the moment. I'd have to I want to double check. I'm going to text somebody. Can they give away another first rounder now that the draft is over when the league year starts? I'm curious to see if they got another one they can open up.
DeAndre, have you watched much Nick Claxton? I see him because he's always in the prize picks in the fantasy world. He do stuff for you there. But Claxton he was in the G League for a little bit when he first came out of college, and I like him, but I don't know if he's like a dude. Can he become a dude?
He can become a dude as far as on the defensive end of the floor because he really does protect the rim really well. And what JJ, obviously, again, I see what JJ Redick and his defensive system was. They love the switch. Lakers are always switching 1 through 5. They try to do that. And obviously, it'll get exploited a lot when they would do that, especially when they run into a team like the Thunder or they try to exploit mismatches. And I always think about, you're going to need someone when Luka Doncic is on a one-on-one setting. They're going to need someone that will be able to rotate over and be able to protect the rim. Someone that can rebound. Because we've seen what the Minnesota Timberwolves series was. How Rudy Gobert was out there getting 20-20s. We need guys to go out there and actually defend, but also can rebound at a high level and be able to run the floor. The Lakers got to play with a different type of style than just one style. There was a lot of ball watching and stuff like that. They got to be able to run the floor as well.
So here's the thing. The Lakers actually don't have it doesn't look like they even have a second-round pick to give away. For Nick Richards. So I'm looking at, if this is accurate,
the Nick Richards one. Yeah.
Right, because that would be like a second-rounder. But they only have one pick that they can trade of either 31 or 32. And they have 5 first-round pick swaps they could do. So you have to convince either Miami or Brooklyn in this scenario, if you want Wiggins and Claxton, to take a pick swap instead of a first-rounder, like a legit first-rounder.
And they're going to be better than them, so it would be a worse pick. Right?
Well, maybe. I mean, in 2032, Luka is going to be 32 years old. I mean, if Nico Harrison's right, he's not going to. He may not be as good. You know what I'm saying?
That's so crazy that we're that far ahead.
Well, actually, 2032 would be 7 years, so he'd be 33. So if you're going to do a swap, you want it to be as far out as possible.
Yeah. Like, what if the CBA changes by then?
I think the CBA is locked in for a while.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. But, yeah, it's a weird deal because they don't have a lot of flexibility to maneuver. Oh, there's Bobby right there. I should probably just text him. He's on SportsCenter right now. I'll text him to find out when the Lakers can unlock another first-rounder. Because that, to me, is the key to all of this. Does it happen July 1st? I don't know,
While you text him, I want to let everyone know that if you listen on Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. for a major Mason and Ireland announcement and how you can press the flesh with them in private this summer.
Oh, private.
Yeah, that's press the flesh and
not
private.
In prison like John was
Correct.
suggesting we all go to, yes.
Private and pressing the flesh in the same sentence. Thank you, Christopher. I feel like you did that on purpose. Tuesday at 12:30 on 710 ESPN.
There you have it. All right. I'll have answers for you on the other side. We have Funch on the Street coming up next. And there's drama from the NBA draft that doesn't involve the Lakers per se, although some people think it might. I'll explain next.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
But I'm thinking like going raw.
Raw dog in a flight.
Raw dog in a flight. You get on with nothing. Don't read, no phone, nothing. You just sit there for however long the flight is. Could you make it raw?
Don't say it like that.
Well, I tried. I made it about 45 minutes, and then it just, because the seat was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I should join the lawsuit.
The idea of making seats bigger is better for everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody, even if you're tiny little thing,
not
your seat's bigger.
That's not everybody.
Any customer,
yes.
4 seats.
Fine. So anybody who's like sitting next to somebody who's a little big for a seat and they're complaining about the person being too big, yes, bigger seats is better for everybody.
Can't you just delete just a few seats and just make it a little bit wider for everyone?
Travis and DeMarco back Monday at 9 a.m.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. And for a limited time, Next Gen is offering $500 off any whole home water purification system. You may not know it, but our water here in SoCal contains pesticides, lead, forever chemicals, chlorine, and more. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN. CSLB number 1011173. Next Gen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And it is Sedano Kap your Friday afternoon. Today is National Food Truck Day. We all love good food trucks. And on this day in 2002, the #1 R&B hit Cameron featuring Jules Santana. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sedano and Kap continues your Friday afternoon right now.
Oh boy! By the way, the speaker in this studio is blowing out behind me.
And there's just technical difficulties everywhere.
Everywhere, man.
Hey, Chris, buy a new speaker, bro.
Come on, we got to get that Nickelback going.
Yeah. Okay. You want me to pay for it and you just put it on layaway or something? You know, you guys can pay me back. Just,
Layaway. I haven't heard the layaway term in a long time.
Exactly. It's been a minute. Anyway. So, Funch is on the street. Let me know when he's available, because I want to talk to him about what's going on down there. Because he's doing fans first, right? Is what he's doing? Yeah. Okay.
Wait, is he wearing a hockey jersey?
What?
Oh, no, that's just one of the people he's with. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, because he's on the YouTube already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love this. I love that we're sending Funch.
All right. In the interim.
Wait, is he wearing a suit? Let's go.
Is Funchy wearing a suit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he's wearing a suit from the Mandy's.
Oh. Okay.
Let's go, Funchy.
Is he there?
Funchy is there.
All right, Funchy, what's going on? Funchy on the street?
Got me? You guys got me?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Am I here already?
Yeah. Yeah, you're here.
Am I in the air?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm here.
You guys, okay? All right, well, how does this work, guys? I'm here.
I'm here.
I wasn't expecting to go here so quickly. I mean, I haven't even established my...
Okay, then we'll just put you back on hold. It's okay. We'll just put you back on hold. Yeah, just be ready.
I love how you got into it with the black suit and everything, sunglasses.
Okay, well, he can figure it out. When he's ready, just let us know. Tell him to text you. We'll leave him on hold until he's ready. It's all
That's
good.
a professional right there.
What?
Funchy, how he's like, no, I'm not ready, guys.
Okay, that's
you
fine.
know when I'm ready.
Yeah, I'll put you back on hold and we'll figure it out.
Looks like he's part of the Men in Black.
He said he's ready now. He said he's ready now.
Oh, he's ready now?
Yeah, he's ready now.
Why weren't you ready 5 seconds ago? What happened?
What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up, Funch? What do you got?
I'm in front of Peacock Theater.
Yeah.
NHL draft. Sponsored by Upper Deck, I think.
His phone sounds like crap.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, Funchy, your phone sounds bad. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. We're gonna call you back. We're gonna call you back. How about we just make sure the phone line sounds good and then we can do it.
It sounded fine until he went on the air.
Yeah. In the interim, Beto, your fight this weekend. Let's talk about that for a second. You've been in a lot of spectacles in your life covering boxing.
Yep.
Where does this one kind of fall? I know some people like myself will roll their eyes at this event, but where does this one fall into in regards to a spectacle category?
Yeah, so it's Jake Paul taking on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who's now 40 years old. Spectacle is not the word to use because it is on paper, you're like, oh, my God, what do we got here? Especially if you saw Jake Paul against Mike Tyson. That was an exhibition with different size gloves, and it was 2-minute rounds. This is a legit 10-round fight sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, and they're not going to put their name out there unless it's a real deal fight. So they had to go through the medicals. They had to go through everything. Both of them just came in at right underneath 200 pounds at 199 each. They had the official weigh-in this morning, and then the ceremonial weigh-in where there's going to be that's where it's going to be a spectacle. It's going to be at 6 o'clock at Honda Center. That's where Jake is probably going to do something crazy and talk whatever he talks. He knows how to sell. He knows how to be the heel. He knows how to have people root against him. But it could be a good fight. I just don't know. If Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. actually shows up and fights and boxes like he can, then he could make Jake look bad. But Jake Paul, believe it or not, if he wins this fight, Sedano, he could not 15 by some of the sanctioning bodies, and that'll get him an opportunity to fight for a world title in the cruiserweight division.
Really?
That's how crazy his ride has been.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's been taking it serious the last couple of years. Will it be a good fight? I don't know. I'm doing the first 6 fights on the undercard. There's 12 fights total, but it's Jake Paul's MVP promotions. But it'll be worth watching tomorrow.
Okay. All right. I mean, if you say it's worth watching, and I buy this fight, and it sucks, I'm coming. I know where to find you.
Yeah, it's no problem, and I will. I wouldn't be surprised if it does suck, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's good.
Okay.
It's just
That's
there's
fine.
a lot of money on there.
That's fine. I have just been out on boxing for a minute. It's just there's not a lot of guys that maybe I'll watch Shakur Stevenson, Surda Ramirez, but there's a lot of other. Most of this stuff I'm not watching.
What about Canelo and Crawford?
Yeah.
Canelo Crawford, I'll probably watch. Yeah, especially because Max will be on the broadcast. So I'll watch that. All right, we're going to get back to Funchy. And all I have is one word for Funchy.
Fuck us.
Okay? Go, Funchy.
Hey, how you doing, Sedano?
Hi.
What's going on, guys, upstairs, finally? You guys finally hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm in front of the draft. I'm about to head in. I'm over here with 2 guys over here. What's your name? Aiden and Jack. Aiden and Jack. Where are you guys from?
L.A., from here.
L.A.? You guys Laker fans? Kings fans?
Lakers, Kings, Dodgers.
Who's your favorite Laker?
Of all time?
Yeah.
You have to go Kobe. Give me Austin Reeves right now.
You hear that?
Austin Reeves is his favorite Laker all time?
Right now, Austin Reeves is your favorite guy. Right now, over Jerry West and Kobe Bryant and.
Right, I can give me Jerry West all time.
Oh, look at this. Okay, great. Okay, we're getting these kids right. Okay, I got some questions for you guys. Okay, when you guys go to a hockey game or a hockey match, what do you call it? A hockey match or a hockey game? Okay. How do you guys keep warm? When I go, I'm cold. And I see y'all wear, some people wearing like tank tops and stuff like that. What's going on?
The move when it's really cold is you wear a hoodie and then the jersey over. Right? He's speaking facts right now.
What?
But also, you can't be a baby.
Listen to me, man. I wear a jersey. It's still cold.
Get a hot chocolate. Get a coffee or something.
No. All right. Would you guys rather be here at the draft or at Jeff Bezos' wedding?
How much money am I getting in the gift? That's the question. It depends on the buffet. That buffet's probably
okay, see? Yeah.
Hey, Funch.
You hear that, guys? They rather. What's up?
Funch, ask them if they would rather have the Lakers, Dodgers, and
the Kings
win a championship or go to prison for 1 year.
Okay, you guys Dodgers fans
Ireland
too?
question.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Would you guys rather have the Kings, Lakers, and the Dodgers win a championship in 1 year?
But you have to go to
prison. Or would you rather go to jail?
How long am I going to jail for?
1 year.
Wait. Either my teams win a championship.
Yes,
all three.
All three of your teams. All three.
But then I have to go to jail.
You have to go to jail.
It's
prison. It's prison. It's not just going to jail. Jail for.
This guy was related to Ireland.
You're going to jail.
I'm not a big guy, so I don't know if I'd be able to survive out there. But I'll take it if I keep
doing it. You hear that? Do you guys hear that?
What'd he say?
You guys hear that? They said they would go to jail.
Yeah,
no
him and John Ireland clearly don't know what jail's like.
You do, no?
I would not go to jail. I'm sorry, man. I got soft hands, okay? I wouldn't survive in jail. Look at me.
All right, I get it.
All right, guys. What's the greatest hockey movie of all time?
Miracle.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
What?
Oh, that's a good one, too.
You guys are
Mighty
totally
Ducks?
wrong,
But
okay?
don't say
The Mighty Ducks Part 2 is the greatest movie of all time.
Part
guys.
2? That's terrible. Mighty
Come
Part
on.
1.
Come on.
I'm with those guys.
Deserves an Oscar for that.
No, he deserves one for Breakfast Club, baby.
Oh, wow. Look at this guy. He knew that he was in Breakfast Club. Look at this.
That's a good movie, not the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, my God. Thank you, guys. Well, thank you, guys.
All right. Great job, Funchy. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Excellent work. All right, Funchy, we'll check in with you later.
Thank you, Funch.
Yeah, Funch on the street.
This dude straight told him,
I'm
"You
here."
are totally wrong."
Yeah.
Get out.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him.
Anyway, so that guy's related to John Ireland. He'll go to jail for all three of his teams.
Yeah.
And he clearly has never been to jail or doesn't know anyone that's ever been to jail. I always love that. Yeah, I'll go to jail. Sure.
Those guys came. Yeah. Those guys showed up to the NHL draft thinking, all right, man, we're going to meet some tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe we'll run into
And they get
Gretzky.
interviewed
Yeah,
by-
exactly. No, you got Funchy
Yeah.
instead.
You got Funchy asking you if you had to go to jail for your teams.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna. So when he calls us later in the 30 minutes nonstop segment, he's gonna be in like their little media staging area for all the guys who just got drafted.
Oh, okay.
And he was telling me his questions he has for these guys. Wait till you hear him.
Okay.
It's a treat. It's gonna be a treat.
All right, cool. Hey, speaking of the draft, the Lakers made their draft pick last night, and we're talking about it all day here on 710 ESPN, the biggest offseason in Lakers history, and it's powered on 710 by Pro Bowler, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, coming up next, Shohei Ohtani is back on the mound on Saturday, and the Dodgers are still looking for pitching help, and there's one name that's come up that was a surefire all-star caliber player coming off injury. We'll tell you who next.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
The biggest event of the summer is coming to Honda Center. Saturday, June 28th. Most Valuable Promotions presents global boxing star Jake Paul on his path to becoming world champion. Taking on Mexico's former world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. In the co-main event, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez defends his world titles against Cuba's knockout artist, Yuniel Dorticos. Former boxing and UFC champ Holly Holm returns live from the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
All right, we got a caller who says, I need to buy a car and I need to save money. Well, my friend, I've got one answer for you. The Cerritos Auto Square. It's America's largest auto mall. 24 dealerships, all the top brands, all in one easy location right here in SoCal. And here's the secret. These dealers sell more cars than anyone because they have low prices. And they can actually afford low prices because they sell so many cars. Check it out at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco.
Live from LA Live. Back Monday morning at 9 a.m.
Dodgers owners bought the Los Angeles Lakers while you were gone.
Yeah.
That was a fairly large story along the way.
And I thought this could not be a bad thing if you make the Lakers into the NBA version of the Dodgers. That can't be a bad thing,
It's
right?
not. Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
On 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Take it away, Linz.
Thanks, George. George, you're very subdued today.
What's that?
Said you're very subdued today.
I mean, it's Friday. It's been a long week. I had the flu. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's why I thought you were going to go home today, but lucky us, we get to see you live in the
you
flesh.
did TV today, right?
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, what you need to know, guys, is that Shohei Ohtani's dog, Decoy, who I love that dog. He's just such a cute little pup. He's been honored with a custom Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card. And the one-of-a-kind card features Decoy depicted during his ceremonial first pitch at Dodger Stadium from August. And the card's description reads, in part, an angel of happiness that descends on the sacred mound. After charming everyone with its elegant coat of fur and its cute appearance, he finishes the ritual with a high five. And Shohei Ohtani posted it on his Instagram, and I just think it's cute because I love Shohei, and I love his dog, and I love his love for his dog. It's cute.
What is a Yu-Gi-Oh toy for those that don't know?
It's like a Japanese anime.
Right. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew.
Okay.
No,
that's all I know about it.
I didn't want to ask.
Yeah, that's all I know about it.
I mean, I know what it is. I know what it is. I just don't know how to describe it all that well. But that's a good way to describe it.
Kind
I
of
like how Lizzie, her tone describing Decoy was just so soft.
Because it's funny how, they have the moves of whatever the Yu-Gi-Oh! Is on the back, and, that's what they say is, he's an angel of happiness. And he charms everyone with his elegant coat. And he finishes his ritual with a high five. It's great. It's great. I bet Shohei wrote it himself.
Look, I'm not the biggest dog person. You know that, right? Despite my daughter who's listening telling me I should buy her a dog all the time.
Oh, you should.
So, tell Michaela. She's listening right now.
Michaela, bug your dad to get you a dog.
Well,
Just bring one home.
Is she gonna clean the poop?
And she'll tell you no.
Okay, then no.
Oh, come on. It's not that hard to just take the bag and clean up the poop.
Look, I either get her a car or get her a dog. Yeah.
She's gonna want a car.
Well, yeah, there's no question.
No, but
although you never know. I mean, Gen Z kids don't want cars.
No, she sends me TikToks about a Bronco. She wants one of those Ford Broncos.
Like an old school one or a new one?
The new versions that came out.
Oh,
So-
I feel like those are weird looking.
I thought they were like the OJ ones.
Yeah.
Wait, those are nice too. But imagine being a dog at the kennel, right? And Shohei walks by and he's like, and he chooses the guy next to you, right? Like you were so close to being on a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and then now you're still in the kennel.
Yeah. The good thing is that dogs' memories don't last very long, so
Yeah,
they
they
don't
don't.
remember that stuff. But
But they know how to find their way home.
they do. Yes, Benny got out one not too long ago and was back a few minutes later. So, anyway, all right. So let's talk about Shohei. Pitching back on the mound on Saturday against the Royals as the Dodgers start their series against the Royals tonight in Kansas City at 5 o'clock. So, Beto, what's a ideal timeline? Like he's pitched one inning, right? Last couple starts. And Lindsay, I don't know if you have an answer for this. I know I asked you to reach out to Dr. Klapper about this. If you do, I know you're on the phone right now. We can talk about it later. But what do you think is a reasonable timeline for him to be pitching 5 innings, which is what you would want your starter to go? If we're in June now, like ideally, I guess September, right? Like is when you would want him to pitch 5 innings?
So right now he's doing a rehab start in the major league, something we haven't seen before, right? Because you need him to bat for you. So Shohei Ohtani, the other day looked smooth. I think he only had 18 pitches. So I think for this weekend, if he can do 2 innings, that'd be great. But you want to stretch him out. The ideal being with Shohei is you want him ramping up in September and being peaking in October for you when you to the playoffs, right? That's where you want to have Shohei. So that's where you're going to go and you're going to be as cautious as possible the next couple of, quote, starts. It's really essentially a bullpen game for the Dodgers. And people are getting excited for him. And you see, okay, Shohei's won, but it's the start, stop. So what are you going to do between innings for Shohei? Because what if it's an opportunity where he has to lead off the next inning, right?
Right.
What are you going to have? That's where you want to see where Shohei's going to be at.
So Dr. Klapper, I had asked Lindsay to text Dr. Klapper, and Dr. Klapper literally called in to answer this question. Dr. Klapper, you're the man. We love you. How are you?
How are you?
So what is the proper answer?
I was surfing in Santa Barbara. I'm coming back.
Okay.
I want the listeners to understand the difference between a static stabilizer and a dynamic stabilizer of your joint. So if everybody, while you're driving, be safe. but look at your index finger. Look at the back of your hand and wiggle your index finger. A little bit of wobble, right? You all see that and can feel that in your finger.
Yeah.
But you're not going to dislocate your index finger from the main part of your hand because the ligaments are there that are keeping you from taking it too far. That's a static stabilizer. So surgery, we put the ligament with the graft, just like, here's another Klapper vision, your shoelaces, right? You tighten the shoelaces because they're in the tongue of your sneaker through those holes. Well, in surgery, we literally, Dr. Job, who was my teacher, invented this in 1974 for Tommy John. We literally drill holes, just like your sneaker has holes, and we use a tendon like shoelaces and weave it through. And just like you tighten your shoe, we tighten that graft, and we can make it even tighter than it was before. So when it heals, which it has, you now have a static stabilizer. But now I want you to take your hand and pretend you're about to hold on to you want to hold on to it tight. Well, now you fire your flexor and extensor tendon. Those are dynamic stabilizers. You ain't wiggling your finger when you make that grip, right? Well, that's what takes time. The muscles above and below his elbow, they need to come back to be the dynamic stabilizer to help the static stabilizer. And I agree with you, Beto. September, October, don't rush it. You need those neuromuscular engagements.
There you have it, Beto. Dr. Klapper agrees with Dr. Durant.
Hey.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Dr.
Vision
Klapper.
works again.
Doc,
you're very welcome. Thanks for calling me.
You're the man, Doc. Thank you so much. There he is, the great Dr. Klapper.
Love him, man. The dedication is there. Come back from a surf trip and he's listening to 710.
Exactly. That's the way you do it.
Cappy says everybody's always listening.
That is true.
Everybody's listening.
So, yeah, September in a perfect world is ideal, right? And and he's ready to go in the playoffs, and then he can actually start games for you there.
Yeah, what about this, though? We saw it last year. Remember the talking like, oh, maybe Ohtani is your closer. All right, you do something like that. Or he can get you the 2 innings at the end of a game where he might not be starting for you. There's just so many different ways you can get with them. But before that, you have to get through July. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but he's doing a rehab in the major leagues where normally somebody would be in Tulsa or Oklahoma City getting those innings, and he's doing it in front of you at Dodger Stadium.
Well, I think their plan is to change his order in the lineup on the days that he pitches, so he's not batting leadoff.
Yeah, they've been talking about that, but they're not. They're not. Did you see the story that Fabian Ardaya wrote the other day in The Athletic about the time between Shohei pitching and hitting and how he has less than 2 minutes to get ready from the time the third out is made to where he goes on deck, puts on his gear, and he's in the batter's box for lead off the bottom of the first inning?
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
We all did that when you're a little kid, right? Like you're like a 10-year-old in the park league, whatever, but not when you're worth $750 million in major leagues.
So, Beto, one of the names that's being tossed around recently for the Dodgers is Sandy Alcantara, who pitched for the Marlins, former All-Star, 2-time All-Star, won a Cy Young in 2022, okay? 2023, he blows out his arm. Tommy John has not pitched until this season. And this season he's come back. And the way I would describe it for Dodger fans is he's having kind of that Walker Buehler season last year. Remember, where Walker Buehler was he didn't look great in most starts. He had a start here that would look pretty good. And then he'd have one that was awful. And then he'd have one that was better, good. And then a couple terrible starts. That's where Sandy Alcantara is right now. But he's 29 years old, and we know what he is when he's right. It's a matter of just kind of like Walker, right? It was a matter of getting used to what that arm was going to feel like and getting, to all the stuff Dr. Klapper talked about, just comfortable with what his new arm is at that point. Because last year, Walker, and by the way, Walker has not pitched well this year either.
No, he hasn't for the Red Sox. Yeah.
Right. But he had an ERA of way over 5 last year. Alcantara right now has an ERA nearly 7, okay, in whatever it's been, 12, 13 starts that he's had. So it does remind me a lot of Walker, but Walker did give you some good starts in the postseason and give you some good time in the postseason and give you some good innings in the postseason. I just think that if you're the Dodgers, you could probably buy low on a guy like that right now, who we know how good he can be when he's right, and throw him in there and see how it feels. Because I think it's a low risk, high reward situation, and that seems to generally be more the Dodgers' MO.
One thing about this though is you wonder how these guys are going to come back, right? And then that was a couple years ago. You were like, oh man, Tommy John, oh man, how are you going to come back from this? Now it's everybody has that Tommy John surgery, and they come back better, but it takes them a while. The Walker Buehler's a great comparison. Remember, last year, it was, man, how much longer can you leave Walker Buehler in the Dodger rotation? Not because he was just stinking it up for the Dodgers, because you felt bad for him because he's a great dude, competitor. He just didn't have any bullets able to go out on the mound, right? You just felt like he was getting rocked. This just looks bad. Like, release him if you need to put him out of his misery. But the Dodgers stuck with him, and he came around, but it was with the time. And when did he start getting it right? In October. With Sandy Alcantara, he tore the UCL, right? So that ulnar collateral ligament damage. That's what he had. And then right now, he is learning how to pitch again. And that's some of the things that a lot of these pitchers talk about when they have Tommy John. Some of these kids are getting with 18, 19 years old, right?
Yeah.
Where it's not that they don't have the feel for the game. It's not that they don't know how to pitch. It's just they don't know what they can push the limit to, right? So a lot of these guys are hesitant because they're worried about throwing hard, which is what all these guys are now taught to. Forget the strikes. It's about velocity. Right. Come out full max effort. So you're going. And Alcantara was a dude that was lighting it up at 100 miles an hour. So can he do that again? Yeah. Does he have to? No. But it's about feeling the muscles and feeling your body and feeling right to a point where finally you can go, and just let it cut loose. A lot of it is mental for these guys, where they've always been in control, but now they don't. And Alcantara, look, the Marlins aren't going to give him any kind of help. Right? His numbers, I'm not even worried about his numbers if you're going to go and get him, because if you're on a Dodger roster, you need him for 4-5 innings. They'll find a way to get something else out there. But Alcantara, I think, late 20, maybe 28, 29 years old.
Well,
like that.
And let's also remember that 29. Let's also remember with Walker Buehler, he started to look much better in September, or at least like decent into September. But then that first game against the Padres, he got lit up, dude. He got 6 runs, and we were like, uh-oh, this is going to be bad. And Doc threw him out there a couple more times, and he pitched. I think he went 4 innings in one start against the Mets. And then in the Yankees series, he had obviously the 5-inning start, and then he had the great 1 inning to close it all out. But, yeah, like it was a roller coaster with him. And Alcantara is I think he's a more talented pitcher than even Walker Buehler was. But, again, he's still trying to figure it out. And if you're the Dodgers, if he's a buy low candidate, which, again, the Dodgers historically like to buy low on guys and hope for upside, I think that makes some sense potentially.
But then also teams are going to be looking at him like, okay, what can happen if you're Miami? This is what they do, right? They develop a guy, and then they go and get rid of him for some prospects so they can continue to rebuild. It's not just going to be the Dodgers that are in contention.
Oh, no, there's going to be a bunch of people interested in him.
The Cubs are the team that you always hear about. That could be it there. So it's not like the Dodgers can just say, okay, we want him. But what the Dodgers have is the prospects that they build up in low A, high A ball, double A, that other teams would want. A team like the Marlins where, okay, you have some kids in double A that are being blocked because you have so many guys available. Well, bring them to us, and they can start in the major leagues right now. That's where the Dodgers have the benefit over some other teams because of their deep farm system.
Hey, coming up next, let's get into some football. So there's a lot of chatter about the Rams and the Super Bowl. And there's a lot of stories about what needs to go well for them, what could potentially go wrong for them. So let's dive into some of that. Listen on Sunday, by the way, at 2 o'clock for ESPN Radio's NBA Free Agency Frenzy, special hosted by our morning man, our buddy Evan Cohen. All the information and predictions as we get ready for NBA Free Agency to begin on Monday. Don't miss Evan and the ESPN Radio NBA Free Agency Frenzy crew on Sunday from 2 to 4 here on 710 ESPN, and listen live on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco.
Live from LA Live. Back Monday morning at 9 a.m.
Hit the dad rock button, Jorge.
GNR's not dad rock. Now you're comparing Guns N' Roses to dad rock.
I want my voice to sound like that for like a segment.
Can you sing at all?
I can do
Pretty
that.
good. That's you know what that sounded like.
I'm
Creed.
sorry. See, I don't want to dump on
How
the song.
dare you?
I love that
like
song
Creed.
too. I got you.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
On 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans and is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Get ready to beat the summer heat with Next Gen. For a limited time, enjoy a free whole home air cleaner with any new AC installation. Call 833-3NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to book your appointment. CSLB number 1011173. Next Gen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $259 a month. Or get 2.99% APR. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end July 7th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Have you checked out the new Park West Bicycle Casino? Only 9 miles from downtown LA, right off the 710, the bike has been reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and 200 table games. On July 1st and July 15th, buy in for $100 and get $100 in Lucky Chips plus $50 in free play chips. ESPN listeners get $30 in match play when they walk in and say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Real cards, real prizes, real close.
Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. GER-001291, 001289, 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jane has 150,000 miles on her truck. And she's proud of that. Jane's secret? AutoZone, where friendly AutoZoners help her find the right parts. Jane's brother Josh only cares that his car starts and goes. But when it doesn't, he also goes to AutoZone, where friendly AutoZoners help with free services. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
And it is Sedano Kap your Friday afternoon. Today's National Onion Day. I like red onions. Well, actually, I like all onions. And on this day, back in 2022, the #1 hit, Drake, featuring 21 Savage, Jimmy Cooks. Sedano Kap with Beto continues your Friday afternoon right now.
They ain't in the studio, but they'll lay some. Rest in peace, the drama king. We was straight stunned. If I let my 21 tell it, you.
Uh-oh. Are we allowed to play this song here?
That's what we did now.
Christopher played it.
I'm just saying. I ain't trying to get into any trouble. You know
Man.
How great are these young prospects crying at the NHL draft? It warms my
A
heart.
lot of crying this week.
I know, it's sweet.
A lot of crying. A lot of crying this week. I text Monica McNutt from the NBA draft. I text her. I said she did a great job of asking great questions and letting these guys bask in the moment and letting them cry. Crying is good on TV. People love crying.
You just changed your family's life right there. Matthew Schaefer, 17 years old. Like the guys in the lottery yesterday. It's like you forget how young they are. We jump on them, we get after them, but at the end of the day, this is a moment that you've dreamt about, right? Once you realize, hey, I have potential to be in the NBA, right? You from the AAU world, especially the hockey players are so different because they leave home when like 13, 14 to go live with those host families or they go on the junior circuit. That's awesome to see, man. Cool.
I got good news. I got bad news. Do you want the bad news? Well,
yeah,
sort of good news and bad news for the Lakers before we get to the Rams. So remember I text Bobby, right?
Yeah.
And I said, so I wrote him, I said, hey, Bobby, I know the Lakers can only trade one of 2031 or their 2032 first-rounder. Do they get another tradable pick after the new league year starts? So he responded, which is the good news.
No.
The bad news is he says that's factoring in the new league year.
Yikes.
Oh.
So they only have the one tradable first rounder.
That is awful. Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
So Rob Pelinka,
get creative,
brother.
Rob Pelinka W.
I don't envy your situation, is what I would say.
No.
It's not going to be easy.
Well, he said that no stone will go unturned.
I get that. And for those that didn't hear it the first time, you could hear it now. Here's what Rob said to reporters yesterday. No stones. No stones. They're going to turn. All the stones will be unturned.
We're going to turn over every stone, and whatever resources the collective bargaining gives us, we're going to use to the utmost. That's what we got to do. And we have a couple players with player options, so we'll get those decisions in just a handful of days. And at that point, we'll know the tools that we have to go out into free agency and fill out the roster. But with the draft ending tonight, the work for that's already begun, but the focus now will turn from draft focus to free agency, and we won't rest till we get it right.
Focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a tough spot. Like, I just want Lakers fans to be ready for he's going to have to pull a rabbit out of his hat.
Yeah, well, here what he did once, right? To get Luka. So is there another opportunity? What was that noise?
That was George's trade machine.
Yeah, it's a trade machine sound.
Yeah, that's a good machine right there. Can you send it over to El Segundo? Hey, have you ever turned over a stone, George?
I have turned over a stone, yeah.
Did you find anything different on the other side?
Usually just dirt and more stones.
You know what? I know where that term comes from, because when I took my nephew, we were camping, I don't know, probably 5 years ago, and he was obsessed with creatures. And we went on a salamander walk, and so that's where
you see a lot of bugs.
Yeah,
under
they
the
were like,
stones.
well, the phrase "no stone is left unturned." That's because people flip over the rocks looking for salamanders. I don't know if that's true, but that's what they told me.
DeAndre, you ever look for salamanders?
No.
I saw a blue salamander when I was camping. It was crazy. It was bright blue.
I've never been camping.
You've never been? I've been once.
Yeah, never
I
been.
go every
That
year.
was it. I did it the one time. I felt like I was good.
I go all the time.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I got it. I checked that one off the list. Yeah. Right? You know?
It's
I've
good-
never.
it's
I was like
good
in
for
college,
grounding.
in the woods.
You know?
It's good for grounding.
I've only done the beach camping back when I used to surf in my 20s, where you go up and down California coast.
Yeah, that's cool.
Down to Tressa. That's cool. Where you're
On the
sleeping right
beach
there
is
with the
different, yeah.
That's a different world, but like
There's
with
no
the
like,
woods
there's
and,
not a lot of
no.
bugs on the beach. I mean, there's some bugs, but like different kinds of bugs.
Like those people are like, oh, I want to go off the grid and no.
Oh, I
no,
go off
no,
the
no.
grid when I go. There's bears there.
You're out of pocket?
Oh yeah, totally. Phones
Like,
don't
no.
work.
Yeah.
I used to want to do that, and I'm like, no, my back. I need, inflatable. No chance.
Yeah, I'm good. Exactly. So, Beto, the Rams, there's a number of
football
stories out because, football season's right around the corner. Training camps literally start in like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
Yeah. So we're getting a lot of football stories right now. And look, the Rams are one of the teams that are considered a Super Bowl contender, obviously. They had, they gave the Eagles, the defending champion, the toughest match game that they had the entire season, maybe, arguably. But certainly, the toughest win of the season came in the playoffs against the Rams. So the Rams are built for a Super Bowl run now. So one of these stories I ran into that Lindsay posed in our group document here for our show is what happens if they miss. Some people think, well, the future may not be so bright. I mean, I get it. They don't have a quarterback in that scenario, right? Like, if it doesn't go well, like, you have to do the whole dance with Matthew Stafford again. Like, I understand that aspect of it. That's a tough spot. But I don't know, man. Like, I feel like the Rams are in such a good place with their defense. And they don't have to pay these guys, for the most part, for another couple of years, that they can kind of maneuver their way around. Now, granted, without a quarterback, you're not a Super Bowl contender. So as long as Matthew Stafford is capable still, and I think he's still got a few years left in him, then I think you're in good shape. What I do think it would be prudent for them to do, and look, they know how to run this organization. I'm just some gas bag on the radio. They've done a hell of a job, certainly. They've been to 2 Super Bowls since Sean's been here. And I think that they do have to figure out eventually the quarterback of the future. And I think they're getting ready for it. It's why I think they've acquired 2 first-round picks for next season for the draft, because they're going to find their way in what should be a good quarterback draft. I know everyone's focusing on Arch Manning, which, by the way, we don't even know if Arch Manning is going to come out. Peyton played all his years in college.
He's
He didn't come out
so
early.
much money at Texas. He's got a PJ deal. He's got Viore deal. He's making, I think, close to almost $10 million when you start saying what he could possibly make it through NIL. So,
Right, and he's got, he doesn't, look, I think.
And he's got money in his own.
Right, exactly. So it's not a given Arch Manning is coming out of the draft next year. I don't know that to be the case. It might happen. I mean, he's certainly eligible, so it'll be interesting.
It's also
to
not
see.
a given that he's the consensus #1 stud guy. Like,
Maybe. Maybe not. Well, we got to see more of him actually play this year. We've only seen him in very small doses at this
Think
point.
of how often that projected #1 overall pick changes from year to year.
Well, it's funny. The Raiders' Geno Smith. I remember Geno Smith was like the Heisman guy. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, in late October when he was at West Virginia, he was tearing it up. And he was everybody's favorite to be the Heisman Trophy winner. And he was going to be the #1 quarterback in the draft. And he was going to be this and he was going to be that. And look, he's turned out to be a good quarterback, but he did not win the Heisman that year. And he was not the #1 pick in the draft. So,
Yeah, it's rare do you have the Andrew Luck, right? Remember the Suck for Luck campaign, and he paid off.
Andrew
He
Luck
so good.
was a prodigy. Andrew
Yes.
Luck is Luka. Andrew Luck was LeBron. Andrew Luck was Peyton. Like, we saw Peyton play for 4 years.
Yeah,
you know
we
what I'm
knew.
saying? Like, Peyton played as a freshman. We saw him play a number of years. So this is a little different, to your point.
Who's
When you
been
look
the best #1 pick since Andrew Luck? I can't think of anyone else that was that much hyped.
Luck was just special.
Yeah.
Like when I was covering those SC teams, when he would come in with Stanford, you're like, oh, that's
I would say
person
Andrew
right
Luck, unfortunately, was dealt with bad management in Indianapolis. Like, they let him get killed. Like, the offensive line just destroyed him, and physically he couldn't go anymore. And he probably could have toughed it out, but at what risk, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't want to sit there and not be able to, lift his children and all that stuff. And he had made enough money. Like, I have no problem with the way Andrew Luck handled his career. No different than Barry Sanders, for that matter. But
Luck is working in the front office for Stanford. With
he's the GM now, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say since Andrew Luck, Joe Burrow is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Miles Garrett, your boy.
Yeah, but he's not a quarterback.
Right, but Joe Burrow.
Patrick Mahomes, he wasn't.
He was number 10.
He wasn't highly regarded. Yeah.
So I would say, Joe Burrow is pretty damn good.
Wait, are you watching the draft? Like, WWE's Bailey is making the selection?
Yeah,
for
I
San
saw
Jose?
that right now.
Yeah, they all have celeb fans and former players announcing the picks.
That's cool.
That is cool. But my point is to the Rams, real quick. That I'm not worried about them. Like, if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, and let's just say Matthew Stafford calls it a career, or they decide to part ways with Matthew Stafford, there's not an organization in this town that I feel more confident that they'll figure it out. I guess the Dodgers are equal in that scenario. Like, I feel like the Dodgers can pretty much make it all work. You know,
the Dodgers are always going to be confident that whatever they do, they know what they're doing.
The Dodgers and Rams, I feel like they've earned your trust. You know what I'm saying? And I would say, not that I'm saying not that I would say I distrust the Lakers, because look, Rob Pelinka was able to pull a rabbit out of his hat and got Luka Doncic. Now,
W.
I don't necessarily believe that was, again, I also
Was
feel
it
like
Rob or was it Nico?
I also
right?
feel like 28 other GMs would have been like, "You want to give me Luka Doncic? Sure."
So he's going to have to.
no problem.
He's going to have to pull 2 rabbits out of his hat in less than a year.
Correct.
But it's just what the Rams have done. They've always given you reason to have hope that what they're doing in the decisions
Is going to work itself out. They've had one really bad year under Sean McVay, and that was literally everybody got hurt, and that's just the way it ended up working
And
out.
it turned out he was in a bad place mentally.
Correct, as we
looking
found
back.
out later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I just pulled up the Super Bowl odds, right? Eagles, Bills, and Ravens are your favorites.
Yeah.
The Rams are 10th favorite in
the
Vegas.
NFL, but they're like 3rd or 4th in the NFC. Yeah.
No, this is to win the actual Super Bowl. I mean,
Right.
that's pretty good for this to be the 10th favorite in Vegas. I mean, look at you. The
I
Chiefs,
actually think
Lions,
those are good
Commanders.
odds. I would take those
They
odds.
are.
Maybe I'll take those odds when I'm in Vegas.
You should.
So you bet $10, you'll win $230 right now for the Rams. That's it.
Put 20 on it.
The Andres Eagles, if you bet 10, you win 75.
There you go.
Boom. Yeah. Where
Let's
are the
go
Raiders
Birds.
at? Let me
That's not
keep
good odds,
scrolling
though.
down.
Not good odds at all.
Hey, but still.
The Raiders are toward the bottom. Raiders are plus 1,200. No, 12,000. So if you bet $10, you'll win 1,210.
I mean, that's like burning $10.
Wait,
though.
who's lower? Are the Browns
I mean,
lower?
you might as well literally put
Yeah.
$10 at the roulette table and just say bet it on black and see what happens. Because you have a
You
way
had
better
better
odds.
odds,
You have
yes.
way better odds
Yep.
than the Raiders winning the Super Bowl. That's for sure.
Just light it up. You have a better chance there. Linz, your Browns are second worst odds, plus 25,000.
Wow.
The Saints are last at plus 30,000.
Does not surprise me.
Yeah.
Not
So
bad.
anyway, this story that they've got here about the Rams. Oh my God, what happens if they don't win the Super Bowl? If they don't, because they're going on. Listen, bro, I'm fine with them. I feel like they'll be just fine. I'm not super worried about the Rams. So
I love this when people, if they don't win the Super Bowl. You know how hard it is to win?
it's
the
hard.
freaking
Only
Super
one team
Bowl?
actually wins, right? Yes. Like we forget
right.
that part of the equation too.
And just take away Patrick Mahomes, because that dude is just other world the way.
And by the way, he lost too, because DeAndre's
Yes.
Eagles beat him last year and beat him down.
It's funny. I was actually having this conversation.
And
this
wait till
morning.
you see what the Chargers do to him in the division. Oh, what, Cappy? What, Cappy?
The worm has
Oh, Cappy.
Kick him in the shins.
Just because you're not here don't mean I'm not gonna poke the bear.
I'm here. Man.
Hey, the Chargers can make a run, baby. Let's go.
All right, listen.
I just root for the Chargers just to upset Cap.
Hey, we were doing a good job breaking. We screwed this one up. So let's
sorry,
go to
man.
break. It's not your fault. Real quick, Radio Tinder. But first, Lindsay, tell us about all our pro wrestling fans, what they've got to look forward to.
Yeah, if you're a big pro wrestling fan, here's your chance to win a pair of VIP tickets to the biggest pro wrestling convention this Saturday, June 28th at Hilton LAX. That's tomorrow. Be caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN, and you'll win 2 tickets to LAX Fan Fest with VIP access, plus 1 autograph by Ahmad Johnson. Call now for your chance to win or visit fanfestlax.com for tickets.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Flip-flops on. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
The Summer Bash. Live entertainment, carnival food, and freebies all weekend long.
Number 2.
Mosen's Happy Hour, Monday through Thursday, 2 to 5 p.m., and Friday, noon to 5 p.m.
And the number 1 reason.
The $50,000 giveaway. 16 table gamers get $2,500 in promo chips, 6 to 9 p.m., and one winner gets 10 grand cash at 10 p.m., the 29th.
Morongo. Good times.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace. If you're injured in an accident, you got to call my guy Jacob. Why? Because his team will hold your hand throughout the entire process. He's been handling cases since the 90s. The consultation is free. He'll deal with the insurance company on your behalf, and you only pay Jacob if he wins. He's got the reputation and the clout to get you the compensation you deserve. Call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, or visit calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text CAR to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text CAR to 42424. That's CAR to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
And it is Sedano and Kap your Friday afternoon with Beto Radio Tinder time. How about another James Bond? Because we love to play a TV theme or a wrestling theme or James Bond themes. Because producer Lindsay loves James Bond. On this day in 1973, Live and Let Die, starring Roger Moore as James Bond, was released. As Lindsay says, the best Bond movie ever. Here's the theme song. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our new sponsor, the Crazy Hernandez brothers, who were in studio yesterday. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR, F-L-O-O-R. Or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away for this, Izzy.
Have y'all seen this Bond movie? They're in New Orleans, and it's like there's like a voodoo thing going on, but it's like an underground heroin smuggling operation.
No.
It's pretty crazy. You seen it, Beto?
Maybe. Sounds familiar.
Roger Moore's
I like the Bond
first.
movies.
Yeah, it's his first one.
Roger Moore's always smooth. There's a reason I drink martinis, because I just feel like I'm Bond.
Yeah, he's a
I wanna
babe.
wear a tuxedo. That's like when a little brag, last year when I went through Monte Carlo, I was like, oh, I feel like James Bond right here. Just want to wear a tuxedo, go to one of those casinos. Like, yeah.
Do you guys
I should've been
own
a spy.
tuxedos if like you're not super rich, or do you just rent them like you do for prom?
I used to have 2 tuxedos. I only have one now. I don't know if it fits though, because it was from my wedding.
Whoa.
Many years ago now. I should try it on actually.
You should.
I bet you it's probably close.
Yeah, it fits you.
If anything,
That's
it won't be
impressive.
If anything, it won't be where it would probably be not fit right is the shoulders, because I've broadened my shoulders as I've gotten older, because I lift more than I used to when I was younger. Like in the sense of like I don't do as much cardio as I used to because my knees and ankles are all beat up.
So you're more swole.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm wider. Yeah, like like up
flex right
top.
there. Little
yeah.
flex.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little snug up there. Now mine's gonna be snug on the panza. The belly's gonna be gone.
Yeah, I mean the
but
butts
no,
a little too. Don't get me wrong,
yeah,
but like I'd be curious.
You've been on
I
the
should
road.
try it
You've been
on
the road.
You should.
You've been married almost 15 years, George? How long?
Yeah, 2011. So yeah.
Damn, and your tuxedo still fits? That's impressive, man.
That is impressive.
Mm-hmm. No, do I have a tuxedo? No, Lens. No, I have tuxedo pants and a tuxedo shirt, and I have this one jacket that I use for like black tie affairs. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no real tuxedo.
Yeah, I've been meaning to buy a tuxedo. I want to buy like one with like that's like one of those like navy blue ones or something.
Oh, those are clean.
I like when guys wear the navy blue ones with a black tie.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Just something different. Although I don't go to enough formal events anymore though. Like
you don't go anywhere now.
I don't.
I mean, you go everywhere now, actually.
No, but I don't go to like a formal tuxedo event. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to the Oscars or something. Like.
Yeah, he's not going to the fundraisers. Like the Black Tie Society ones.
He will be.
The high
that's not my scene.
TV's George Sedano.
I'd be one of those guys that like mails the check. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care to go to those things.
You're not going to the Met
What
Gala?
about when you get the Sports Emmy?
If I go to a sports Emmy, then that'd be different, I guess. But I don't.
Were you wearing a tux when you won your first sports Emmy?
No, because back then I didn't go to the actual event. They just mailed it to me.
Oh, you have one?
They mailed it to me.
Yeah, I have one from Miami.
Yeah, they mailed it to me.
Nice.
But yeah, they just mailed it to me.
Hey there, I'm George Sedano.
But it was. But if I won like the network sports Emmys, like if they invited me, like sure I would go.
What if so you said you're not going to the ESPYs this year, right?
No.
Do people wear tuxes to that? No.
Yeah, some people. You can. You can.
Yeah. We should send Funch out there.
We should. I mean, we could probably make that happen.
I tried. They said that there's too many people already going.
What about the red carpet? Though?
That's what we wanted him to go for.
And they said no.
I guess they have too many people going around.
Let me make a call.
You might. Yeah, that'd be great. Because I think that's like
Who's
Funch
bigger
would
name
shine.
than Funch?
I guess they got some social guys. Of course, Clinton's going to be there as part of our.
Let me make a call.
Okay, that'd be great.
I mean, the worst they can say is no.
Right, exactly. He'd love that.
Make
I
a
don't know.
call.
He was pretty nervous for the draft, so you might be even more nervous for the Emmys. I mean, the ESPYs.
And send DeAndre too. He wants to go too. 2 for 1.
Yeah, what we do is we'll send DeAndre with him.
Yeah. Then he won't be
And
nervous.
we'll have like Brian Cohen sit in for him that day, and that way DeAndre can play it cool, fun, and he'll keep Funchy relaxed.
Come on,
Exactly.
Funch, chill, man.
Chill out, man. Chill out, brother.
We got this.
We got it, brother.
Okay.
DeAndre goes as like the security guard for Funch, and everybody's like, "Who is that guy? Who's that guy?"
Well, the other athletes would be like, "Oh, yo, he's an athlete." You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Fit right in, baby.
Yeah, they'll think Funch is like the agent.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like carrying around his little phone.
His like cousin manager. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Yeah.
Especially if he's wearing that suit he got on today. They definitely think he's my agent.
Yeah, he'd be like the Rich Paul. All right, so real quick here, Radio Tinder.
Yes.
As we talked earlier about Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding, they are now married because it happened over in Venice earlier today.
Yeah.
But guests at their wedding are claiming that there was their mini bars in their hotels, which everything was all expenses paid except for their mini bar. So their mini bar was not included. So if you're taking drinks out of your mini bar in your hotel room and you're lifting them off of that, that weighted thing, the sensor, you have to provide your credit card when you check in, and they're not covering that. So I want to know, do you think in this situation, considering who it is, they should have covered their mini bar, right?
Yeah, I would think so. But I guess the thing is that if you prepay for somebody's room, then they have to put a card down for incidentals, no matter what hotel you go to. So it's hard to cover that after the fact too when you prepaid everything. So in theory, I kind of understand why the mini bar isn't covered, because it's also part of the incidentals. Like if you order room service, that's also part of your incidentals. Take that from someone who spends a lot of time in hotel rooms. Yeah.
Look, if you're invited to this wedding,
you can afford the mini bar, bro. You can buy the whole damn mini bar.
You can afford the mini bar.
The one lady said, reportedly, one of the guests, who's one of the sources, said, Jeff's worth $200 billion, and they're worried that I might take a Toblerone.
Toblerone.
Those are expensive at the hotel, man.
Yeah,
that's like $12.
And she said, we're not talking about rock stars trashing rooms. It's tech bros and second wives who's raiding the mini bar. She has a point.
Also, how true is this? Because they had to sign some kind of NDA, right? Who's complaining about the Bezos Sanchez wedding? I want to know.
I mean, you know that some of these people, they have to have some media people or socialite people that are quote unquote covering it, or media friends from the business. There has to be.
All I know is that when I took my daughter last year to Europe, I'm told, that, especially in Venice, do not touch that fridge.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Way more than in Vegas?
No, my kids know better, bro. My kids know better for sure. I'm just hey. You see those Snicker bars up there? You don't touch those.
Man.
You want a Snicker bar? You tell me, I'll get it for you. Okay?
That's tough. Your kids have discipline for them.
No, hell no. They know.
No, hell.
It's all out there. It's right there for you to take it. And it's just
No.
You would have took it, Lynn, as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
The second week. So we went to my niece's wedding.
I was nope.
in March. Remember, I took a couple days off. I went to my niece's wedding. And it was at a beach hotel. And when we walked in, they had the little fridge. They had a regular fridge, so you could actually put stuff in there. And then they had a mini bar too. But there was, on top of the mini bar was that, M&Ms and Snickers and potato chips and all that stuff. And I looked at them and I said, hey, don't you dare touch that. And my daughter's like, I know. And then the little guy was like, okay, I won't touch it. I already heard you. I'm like, nah, bro, because that Kit Kat, that costs $20. I can buy you 10 Kit Kats at 7-Eleven for that.
He's like, okay, Dad, God.
Nah, bro.
No chance.
Listen, I'll tell you this. I had a conversation today with a former NBA player, okay, who was telling me they were at the draft in New York, right? And they went to go visit a friend. And they were complaining about the upcharges right now in New York City on Ubers because of the weather. They got that heat wave going on. Yeah. So, Uber drivers are taking full advantage of that. And I understand. Look, everybody's hot. People are hot. People are not feeling right. You do what you got to do, right? So, he was he straight up, he said he looked and he paid $80 to go just a few miles in an Uber. And he's like, nah, bro, that's the last time I'm doing that. This is a man worth millions and millions and millions of dollars, okay? And he said, next time, he says he went, he got a Subway card, and he took the Subway the next day to go visit his friend.
Hey, it's the principle of it.
Hell
Just because I can afford it doesn't mean I want to pay that. Right. Especially the upcharges, forget that,
No,
man.
hell no. By the way, I like riding the Subway. Whenever I go to a city that's got a train system, I'm there. I'm riding their train system.
Oh, yeah. My son did that to me last year when I saw him in New York. I'm like, oh, man, we were late for this dinner that I was there. And he's like, no, don't take the Uber. What you're doing is we're going to take the train. We jumped on 3 different trains. I'm like, damn, you are living in the city, kid. You taught me the right way. But, George, do you do this with your kids when you go to the movies and you guys go to 7-Eleven before you go?
No.
No, we got snacks at the house, though. You know, we like
Okay,
my
but you
wife goes
take
to
your own
Costco and
snacks, right?
stuff. Yeah.
So
First of all, my kids are like me. They don't go to the. My wife doesn't either. We don't go to the movies a lot. Like for me to go to the movies, like this got to be a movie I really want to see. My daughter, she'll go like a couple times a year, like her friends, but that's it.
Yeah, it was more when the kids were smaller and it was hot, so we go for the air conditioning. At least for me, because other than that. But I'm like, hey, whatever you put in your pockets, you could take, because I'm not buying anything the upcharge candy at the movie theater. I'll buy one popcorn bucket and we're sharing it, but forget that. No.
I only ever go to the drive-in really anymore. And if it's like the big theaters, whatever, I'll get popcorn, that's it. But when I go to the drive-in back home, it's like owned by a family. It's a family-owned thing. And so, and they have good prices for all their concessions. So I never sneak food in there because I feel too bad because I want them to make money.
Dodger Stadium, you sneak in everything. You put everything in your pockets. Kids know. I run nothing.
Is Funchy calling back already?
No, he sounds like he might be.
Let's pick it up. Let's just pick it up screen.
Okay.
Funchy, you're on the air. What's up?
There is a huge chance we're trying to get the first pick overall here. We're trying to work around the scrum. But I just wanted to be on standby just in case we did.
Okay, cool. We'll put you back on hold, bro. He's trying to get the first pick.
There we go. Let's go,
Funchy,
Funch. Yeah, man.
Since you can hear us right now, Funchy, just text our group chat if you're going to get him.
Yeah. Lindsay will keep an eye on it. So
good. Funchy doing work. Matthew Schaefer's his name, by the way.
I can't wait to hear his questions.
Yeah, tell Funchy to Google him before he asks him a
Google
question,
him,
bro. Don't be just asking random questions to the number one pick in the draft. Like get at least one good one in there. Like that's not like some silly stuff.
He did some research on the projected top 5 picks and where they're from.
Oh,
and
look at
stuff,
that, Funch.
Oh yeah, he came very prepared.
Come on now, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, all right, that's Radio Tinder, brought to you by our friends at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks, okay? Call them at 866-62-FLOOR, 866-62-FLOOR, or on the web, hernandezwholesaleflooring.net, because no sale beats wholesale. All right, coming up next, Clayton Kershaw is 5. Is it 5? He's 5 strikeouts away?
No, it's 3 now.
3.
Yeah.
3. Yeah, because it's 5 here. That's why. 3 strikeouts away from tying 3,000 strikeouts. So he's 4 away from breaking 3,000. 3 to get there. Let's get into some of that because Lindsay thinks I'm crazy for not wanting to be there on Wednesday. Let's get into that next.
Travis Rogers into Marco Farr.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
Thinking about the bench.
Which bench? Getting benched?
Just getting benched, the bench, period. That would have worked on me.
Did you ever get benched?
Yeah.
Yeah? For what? What'd you do?
I brought home an F. That's the F and PE.
You got benched by your mom.
And the coach.
Oh, okay.
She just beat him to it. Like, I'll take care of this. I embarrassed her. So, I got benched once for being insubordinate.
Towards a coach?
Towards a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
in college and pro and high school?
I got the start. He just ripped me out and sat me there for like 70% of the plays.
Oh, yeah, that's
and proved
good.
the point.
And you know why that sucks the most? Because then people come up and say, why didn't you play? And then you got to come up with something.
In San Francisco. With my entire family behind me. Yeah. He knew. Yeah, he won.
That'll
he was right.
do the trick.
He was right.
That'll do the trick.
Yes.
Travis and DeMarco back Monday at 9 a.m.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $259 a month. Or get 2.99% APR. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end July 7th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
And it is Sedano Kap your Friday afternoon. Tomorrow, happy 64th birthday to John Elway. Mel Brooks turns 99. And tomorrow, the number one hit back in 2008, Coldplay. Viva la vida. Sedano and Kap continues your Friday afternoon right now.
See, now this is a pretty good song.
Yeah, that's a good jam right there.
Yeah.
I dig.
And I'm not like the biggest Coldplay guy either, but it's a good song.
I could jam to this.
Jam. Yeah. DeAndre knows what's up.
Not Nickelback.
DeAndre, maybe,
Nickelback,
imagine this
come
on Paseo, DeAndre in Palm Springs, walking down the street after a nice dinner. Oh, yeah.
Come on now.
DeAndre, we got to hang out in the desert, man, you and I.
We do. El Paseo, you know, I don't really go on that side of town, you know.
You need to, bro. You got all that ESPN money. Come on now.
No, I do not.
You know that, George, we didn't tell you that story, right? DeAndre went back home, and a couple people recognized him, and oh, man, yeah. They're like, oh, you got that ESPN money now, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, what are y'all talking about, man?
No, we know you don't, but they don't.
Exactly. They just assume.
They hear you on the radio like, oh, you rich.
They're like, oh, DeAndre's making that coin, dog.
Exactly. I'm like,
he
know
works
what?
with Cappy.
They think you're making Cappy money, yeah.
What's that one from Chappelle's show? Uh-oh, watch out. The poor people around here, that's how DeAndre be acting, man. That's how
DeAndre went on a podcast. He was a guest on a podcast today to talk about his new career.
Oh, yeah?
I did, yes.
What podcast?
One of my friends from back home started up his own podcast, and he always had dreams of just, talking sports and all that stuff. So he wanted me to be his first guest on his podcast. So
that's cool, man.
Just
that is cool.
Talking about my journey and how I got onto the station and, the ups and downs I've been through and stuff like that. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, ups and downs, bro. You're like 25, bro. There's so many more.
More ups and downs.
There's
more
ups and downs to go.
Hey, DeAndre, hang out with Sedano, you're going to have a lot of ups. Hang out with me, you're going down, bro. I'll bring you down, baby.
So there's going to be some ups on Wednesday at Dodger Stadium. So Lindsay says to me, "You're not going to go? Like, aren't you just going to go? Like, it's on Wednesday?" And I'm like, "No." Like, first of all, getting a ticket is going to be a mission right now. Okay,
they're $78, the cheapest one by the left field foul pole in the reserve,
and it's going to be more expensive than that by the time we get closer to game time, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
And no offense, I'm not going to the stadium to sit way up there. Okay, I'm also not. I don't like to sit in the press box for stuff like that. I want to get a feel for what the crowd would feel like. And here's the thing: on Wednesday, I got NBA Today, so I'm up starting production meeting at 7 a.m. Okay, I got NBA Today.
Hey there, I'm George Sedano.
I got to do this show. And then you want me to go to the Dodger game?
Jeez, you say it like it's such a chore. Then I got to do this show.
No, but I'm just saying, that's a long ass day.
And he's doing it with me,
and
so he's really got to carry it.
At 11 o'clock at night. So you're telling me, I'm going to be out for, 16 hours? Nah.
Oh
that's
man,
too much.
Sedano you do it when you
I can watch it at home and be cool. That'd be great.
Yeah, but you do. Okay.
I just listen. After what I just was on the road for 2 months.
Okay, hold on.
This is history, though. History. We might never see this again.
You never will. He's the last one to get 3,000.
No, that's not true.
Verlander might get it.
No, Verlander's already got it. He's
already got it.
You're right.
We were talking about this with John during Crosstalk 2 days ago. There's still a couple of guys that can get to 3,000 fairly soon.
These guys are not throwing like that anymore, George. They're not throwing enough to get the strikeouts.
We talked about it. I'll look up the numbers again. MLB strikeouts.
Yeah, active
career.
leaders.
Here, hold on.
Right now.
Do you think that since he got pulled kind of early and it was just like the crappy Rockies that they did it on purpose so he could go home and do it in front of the
First of all,
crowd?
Chris Sale's got over 2,500. He's going to get to 3,000.
36 years old.
Right, but he's going to get to 3,000. He hasn't had the injury history of Kershaw.
Yeah,
Garrett Cole's
he
at
has been.
22. Not like Kershaw. Like he's hurt. He's been hurt recently, but he doesn't have the history that he does. Like you don't think he can get another 400 strikeouts?
I don't think he's going to throw that long.
You don't think he? What is he under contract for right now?
Chris Sale?
I'm with Beto. Because he had like 2 years ago, he was really bad. It's either 2 or 3 years ago, but he had a really bad year, and it was just
Garrett Cole is 34, and he's got 2,200.
So Chris Sale's under contract this year, next year, and he's an unrestricted free agent in 2027 at 38. He's signing one more deal at least.
Well, yeah, he's got to try.
He'll try. I don't think he'll do it. And he's the only one. Like it's Darvish is 38, Gausman is 34, Nola's 32. Guys just don't throw enough innings. They don't face enough batters to get the strikeouts.
Garrett Cole will get there eventually. He's at over 2,000 already.
34.
Okay, but he's over but he'll get there. I mean, that guy, he has Tommy John, but I'm saying like once he comes back, like that guy throws gas, bro.
You got to get to like late 30s to do this. Kershaw is 37. I just don't see it happening. It's just the way the baseball is going now, with the way guys are being handled,
Yeah,
especially after
Chris
coming
Sale
out to
just
Tommy
got
John.
hurt again. He fractured his rib cage.
What about 32-year-old Sedano? Would he go watch Kershaw make history?
Like my dad says, it's history, though.
I don't know, man. That's a lot of
It's
traffic,
history.
bro. That's a lot of traffic, bro.
Say you were there.
It's a long-ass day. I just spent 2 months on the road.
We get it. We get it.
You think I don't want to go see no more sports than I need to at this stage, okay?
Yes, that's right, baby. This is history.
If you ain't paying me, I ain't going.
That's right, baby.
Now, if
we're doing the show for the parking lot.
If SportsCenter called and said,
We're
hey,
in
George,
Beto.
Alden Gonzalez can't make it that day. Can you be our guy there? Then that'd be different. But if you're telling me I can watch it at home with my son and
I
just
would take my son if I were you, and I would say Mateo.
Hell no.
It's history.
I'm not first of all, I don't.
My dad would have pulled me out of
Let me
school
tell
and
you,
taken me.
you clearly don't know my wife. These kids are in bed by 9 o'clock no matter what.
But it's history.
Okay.
Look, okay, you take your Mateo, I'll take my Mateo. All the Mateos get to go.
And it's history. You could say you
I'm
were
good.
there when you saw the last guy
good.
throw 3,000
It's not going to be the last
strikeouts.
guy. We always think it's the last guy.
I don't know. I think it's the last guy.
No, it's not.
gonna be close.
Listen, this isn't like.
But forget, it's a Dodger who's making the history. Lens, let's go. I'm going.
This isn't like LeBron. Trying to tell people we should go to 40-minute games so nobody could break his scoring record. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not this. Okay, somebody's gonna get 3,000. Okay, honestly, here's the thing. I don't love baseball like that. Like where it's like I used to. If you would, you said ask 22-year-old George Sedano for sure would have gone to that game. But no, I got too much other stuff. I am never around my family. You're going to tell me I'm going to go 16-hour day without seeing them when I can choose to be at home? No, absolutely
All right, here's
not.
what we're going to do. Lynn's executive decision for somebody who has no power. Next Wednesday, I'm in for Cappy. Sedano could do the show from home. Me, you, and DeAndre leave at 5 o'clock.
No, I can't do it from home. I'm already here is the point.
But you could go home. You go home all the time.
Nah, I rarely go home after NBA Today.
Me, DeAndre, and Lindsay leave at 5, and then we do the show on the phone like Funch is right now.
I'm there. Let's do it. Listen, if that were me, if I were like 10-year-old me back home and one of the Gardos
Okay,
was going to do it.
10-year-old me, I just said 22-year-old me would do it. I have literally spent 2 months out of a suitcase. Okay? No!
He is the last of a dying breed. It'll never happen again.
Okay, cool. I'll see it on TV. It'll be awesome.
There's no sympathy from us, Lynn.
I saw Eddie Murray get 3,000 hits.
Ooh, I saw Eddie Murray the other day, actually.
Really?
At a fight. Yeah, he was at a fight. He's a big fight fan.
He's
so
a
he goes
big
to
guy.
local
He's a
shows.
big, intimidating guy.
And for you, all you mongrels in the chat who are saying that.
Oh, what are they saying?
Oh, Sedano's crying. I'm not crying. I'm just telling you. I'm a grown-ass man who said, I ain't want to go. Okay?
Well, you're not invited.
No, I mean, I could buy a ticket if I wanted to. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Can you buy us tickets then?
No.
Damn.
Buy your own damn tickets.
Well, you said we need good tickets.
You're the one that's got the hookup at Dodger Stadium. What are you complaining about?
Not for that day. I know better.
Please.
I ain't asking nobody on History Day.
Yeah, that's one of those days you can't ask for.
Yeah, Lindsay, he's not subdued anymore. How about that?
Mr. Alvarezi, Sedano's the type of dude that leaves his autograph as a tip, says, you're welcome, George. Let me tell you something.
What?
Let me tell you something.
You're going to compare those two things? Come on, man. That's
Seriously.
harsh.
Yeah. First of all, I'm a great tipper. Okay, let's start with that.
Yeah, you are. I've seen it. Heck yeah, you are.
I am a great tipper. Cappy's the one that never tips. He's the one that's always complaining. Why is everything got to be a tip? When I go to Starbucks on the app, it tells me should I leave a tip. When I go and put in my credit card, it says 10%, 50%, 20%, and 25%. Why do I got to pick for something that nobody did anything for? I tip all those mother bleepers. Okay? All those mother bleepers get tipped. Listen,
there's your promo, DeAndre.
Literally, all you had to do was ring me up, and I'm giving you 10%. How about that?
Clayton Kershaw, no tip for you.
Oh, let me get in the YouTube chat again. I want to hear these comments.
Seriously, if you all you got to do is ring me up at the register, and it puts up at least 10%, I'm giving you 10. I had a coffee the other day in Oklahoma City. It was like whatever it was, $5 or whatever it was. I tipped that person 20%. $5 is like whatever it is. I don't know.
That's
$1.
funny,
You know what I'm saying?
I just recently went to a game with Cap, and as soon as they turned that tablet around and they saw the extra tip, he was so mad. He was like, what?
Yo, those people at Dodger Stadium need that tip, bro.
When I was over at Illy, I did the same thing because I see that lady every day. I can't not tip her, you know?
Plus, they do good work at Illy. She's good.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, the ones at Starbucks? Nah. Illy? Yeah.
Although the matcha, Jonathan said the matcha at Illy was like very inferior to the Starbucks matcha. Just in case anyone wants to know, he couldn't.
So George, are we going Wednesday or not?
No, bro, I'm not going Wednesday. I got to go to Vegas too in a couple weeks. Like, no.
Oh, I got to go to Vegas. Here we go.
No, I'm not crying about it. I'm just saying, dog, I just spent months away from my family. I'm not going to a game that I don't have to be at. Like. Sports is a business, okay? That's what it is. Man. I'm standing on business, okay?
Business.
So am I, and I'm going because it's history. History.
Now, if it's right across the street at Crypto.com Arena, I'll go. I'll walk across the street. But I got to get in my car. I got to pay Frank McCourt for parking. Hell no. I ain't giving Frank McCourt a dime, okay? Especially because they're going to upsell me on that day. For sure.
Oh, man.
All right, we got to go over break. We're way over the break. I don't even know. So anyway, I'm not going. Sorry, Clayton. Congratulations.
All right. Let's go. Let's get a GoFundMe for George to go to Dodger.
No GoFundMe. It ain't about money, bro.
We can, fly you there or something.
No. Hey, real quick. I didn't realize I had to talk about our friends at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If not, I would have done it like 5 minutes ago. But here's the deal. You need new flooring? Even Cappy got new flooring. Even cheap-ass Cappy, who won't even tip the lady at Dodger Stadium. That's because I hooked him up with the folks at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Because why? Because it ain't even a real hookup. They're going to give you the best price no matter what, okay? So that's why Cappy feels like he got the hookup, but everybody gets the hookup because they're family, okay? Family-owned. Everybody who works there is family. The crazy Hernandez brothers. Papi Hernandez, who started it all 57 years ago. You got mom working there, aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, nieces, everybody. Okay? So if you need flooring for your home, your rental, your ADU, they got you covered. Legitimately family run. And it's not like these big box national retail stores, okay? I told you, they're going to give you the hookup because it's family owned. And they take care of their people. They want generations of people coming to buy flooring from them. So you're part of their family. They're part of our family. Now we're all family. So call them. No bogus sales, no gimmicks, 866-62-FLOOR. Just the best price from the start, and that's why I say it, I mean it. No sale beats wholesale. So whether it's hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, you name it, they got it. Over 5 million square feet of in-stock inventory. You can see it, touch it, take it home with you on the same day, and that's huge if you're trying to finish a project fast. It's why designers, contractors, builders all shop here. They know the crazy Hernandez brothers to take care of you, and they'll take care of first responders, active military veterans, etc., on top of the already low discount prices. And if you find a better price, which I doubt, Hernandez will match it, no questions asked. So head down to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. 2 locations, Commerce, Santa Ana, 866-62-FLOOR. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round because no sale beats wholesale. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, or call them at 866-62-FLOOR. We'll be back for a commercial-free zone that'll probably take us to like 39 at this rate. See ya.
710. Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, where vapes are anti-aging. Because you're more likely to die younger from a stroke.
NEXTGEN. Call 833-3NEXTGEN.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland. Turn it up, man. Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit RFR710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this?
And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Ooh. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, it's Friday. In the zone, baby. One more hour to go.
Raymond in the YouTube chat says George secretly is going to the Kershaw game with some NBA person. If Magic Johnson invites me, I'll go. How about that?
Nah, you wouldn't go.
Nah, if Magic said, George, you can hang out in my suite and watch the game, I'd go if Magic invited me.
What if JJ invited you? Said, "Hey, George, I haven't seen you."
JJ ain't going to no Dodger game either, bro.
Really? Not to
JJ's
see
like drawing up, like.
So that was a drop.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
He's drawing up like out of bounds plays right now. Like that dude is so
Bronny
locked in.
League.
He's so mad about what happened in the playoffs that he's drawing up plays right now as we speak.
Studying film as we speak.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, JJ ain't got no time for no Dodger game right now. Yeah. I never said I'm like friends with him, but I know him well enough to know that mother bleeper is not messing around. He is right there right now, like in the lab.
And after that, he's drilling his kids in the backyard.
Right.
Working up
Running plays with them. Like this
Yep.
is okay. So you play Luka, you play LeBron. This is how we're gonna run this play.
Use your left hand. Come on.
Yeah. Teaching a kid to use their left hand is a pain in the ass. I finally got Mateo to use his left hand, and it's just like, you see, I'm like, bro, you swing lefty. Why can't you? Why do you got to use your right hand? Like you can swing the bat well left-handed. Like dribble left-handed.
So he can use both hands.
hard.
He can use both hands.
Well, he finished the other day left-handed, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got to.
Man.
Man, dribbling with your left hand is
I
hard.
drill that kid. No, I'm not messing around. I treat him right, don't get me wrong, but I tell him, like, you got to – he gets mad and be like, no, I can't do it. Like, no, bro, you better do it until you do it.
Yeah.
When you do it, then we'll stop.
There you go.
You better do it till
That's
you
that
do it.
old school. I'm old school that way.
But you're not old school enough to go see history.
If Magic Johnson invited me. You know how many times I miss history? Every day. History happens every day.
That's going to be the last one ever.
I saw LeBron get the scoring title.
You did.
I was there, sitting next to LZ, as a matter of fact.
I saw it on TV.
You see? You saw it on TV. Was Cappy in the building? I don't even remember.
No, he wasn't.
See?
He couldn't get a
He'll say he
credential, you
was.
know?
He'll say he was.
He couldn't get in. He didn't have a guy.
He couldn't get a credential for that game?
Yeah, because everyone wanted one. We were maxed out. He was so mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have the juice that he's got now.
He's got Cappy juice?
Yeah, now he does. Because remember back then, Morales used to make fun of that. He was a short timer, didn't have a contract. Now he's
That's right. Yeah, that's right. By the way, is it weird LeBron wore 6 back then? Like, I get it's his Olympic number and he wore it in my. It just was like I was talking about this with somebody the other day. Like, speaking of history, right, and moments of history, like, that's a moment. Like, he's 23, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. He had the moment in time where he was 6 in the Olympics and 6 with Miami, but he's 23. You know what I mean? Like, so to have that one in the 6 jersey is just going to feel weird with the pictures later in life. You're going to be like, you're like, oh, he wore 6 then, too, for that 1 year? Like,
you kind of forget.
And he did it for AD. Who didn't even take 23. He kept 3. I'd be like so mad at AD. I'd be like, dog, I changed my number for you and you didn't even take the number.
But he sold the jerseys, baby. And you have to get permission to change your number to the NBA, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, like LeBron really needs permission.
No, I think it's a marketing
No,
thing
you
where
definitely have to ask, like, permission to
I
change
know,
your
but,
number.
he just says it and it's like, it's done.
Oh.
By the way, Funch said it might be hard. Funch said it might be hard to get a player.
Yeah?
He's trying, though. He's efforting.
That's right, though.
Okay,
We don't
that's
need the
fine.
players.
I told him, I was like, we can always get a vibe check,
Yeah, it's fine. It's all right.
Adam Sandler brought out the Boston Bruins guy.
Oh, man, so there are real celebs there. I'm going to
Well, not
text him.
there.
and see
Adam
if he-
Sandler was there. He recorded his.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
That's
why?
cool.
He lives here.
Look,
He's like Sedano. He's not leaving the house.
When the Dodgers make the playoffs, I'll be at a playoff game.
No, you're not invited then.
But the Dodgers
What are you
always
talking
go to
about?
the playoffs.
I always go. Every year I go to one at least.
No.
If I
You
can
know how,
sneak it in.
You know how Dodger fans get, right? Oh, you weren't with us in May. Now you want to
That's
be
not true.
bandwagon?
I took my kid whenever the hell I took him. It was like a random game against I don't know who. Oh, the no, it wasn't a random game. It was the Cubs. I took him to a Cubs game earlier this year.
You go to games. You go.
I
take
go at
Mateo,
least 3 games a year.
And I give you credit because you go on
And I
Sundays
buy
and
'em.
sit in the sun. And you sit in the sun, too.
I buy them. I ain't looking for no freebies.
And you pay the parking.
Unlike
and you give
Cappy.
McCourt the money.
I pay for the park. I give Frank McCourt money.
You know, Cappy did the for the Children's Hospital event when he was going to go with Beto and ended up going with DeAndre. They got the tickets and everything, and he was complaining that he had to pay for his own parking. He was so mad he had to pay for his own parking.
He was mad?
Yeah, he was furious. He's like, seriously,
mad.
I have to pay for my own parking? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Because when I was going to go with him, I contacted my guy who always has an extra parking pass. And his parking is fantastic, right? Because he's a season ticket holder. And he has multiple spots, so he always has, like, an extra parking. So I hit him up. I'm like, yeah. But he listens to the station. So once I knew I was going to do the show at night, I sent the parking back to him. Cappy had texted me, hey, can you transfer me that parking? I was like, nah, I gave it back to my guy. He's like, oh. I'm like, if my buddy knows I'm on the air, he knows I'm not using the parking pass, and I don't want to be the guy that takes it and forwards somebody else's.
No, yeah, you don't want
stuff.
to do that because they can see.
Yeah, and I don't want to lose that contact.
No,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, and he listens to the station all the time. So I'm like, I'm not going to burn that bridge for Cappy. Heck no.
No. No, I agree.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Although Cappy sent me a funny text today. I don't know if I should reveal it, though.
Oh, he would totally reveal it if it were you.
Is it not? Did he write not for air?
Yeah, does it
He
say?
did not write not for
Okay,
air.
so then it's fair game.
So look, we'll let the mongrels in the YouTube chat decide
It's
whether
fair
I should
game
read it.
for sure.
Yeah.
They're good the day. Actually, no.
You should ask
He
them.
didn't say not for air.
And that's exactly what he
It was
would
a text
say.
just to me, though. It was not to the group, so that's why.
Oh. What's it about?
It was about that conference he was at or whatever.
Oh, then yeah, that's business right there. Yeah, it's for air.
Is it someone that he saw there?
No, it was about some business deal he was like a fly on the wall for.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he ran into Joe, his buddy.
So they put in a poll in the YouTube chat that you can vote on.
Is that Graham working back there? That's not.
Yep.
Is that Graham?
Yeah,
Graham, you
Graham's
made that
back
happen? I saw it pop up. Yeah.
I say you read it, bro.
Well, we'll see. Well, wait, we got a little while to go still. Anyway, all right, let's talk about beyond Clayton Kershaw's 3,000th strikeout in a couple
That you're
days.
not going to.
That I'm not going to, right. We were talking earlier about Ohtani, and Dr. Klapper called in, and because I was asking you, I'm like, what do you think? Like, he's going 1 inning, right? Like, they're going to stretch him out. Like, you basically described it as they're stretching him out, right? He's going through rehab starts in real games, which is unprecedented. And then what we're going to see is, like, how long will it take for him to actually give you a more traditional start, right? Like 5 innings. And you thought September, you nailed it. Dr. Klapper called in, said Dr. Duran was right, and that September. Look, if he can give you that in September, and he could be a legit like starter in a short series, man, that changes the game, I think, in a big way. Even if you are dealing with some of these injuries, I feel way better about the Dodgers' chances. Because short series are crazy. We've seen it. Look, the Dodgers have literally been a favorite in pretty much every series for the last, 6 years, okay? But they've lost a number of them because in a short series, all it takes is a bad hop, a bad bounce, somebody misses, can't put their glove on the ball, whatever. The ball bounces in a funny direction. So, like, crazy things can happen. So all you can do is hope that you've safeguarded yourself as a franchise in baseball to give yourself enough wiggle room that variance does not take over.
The ability to have a guy like Ohtani with you, right?
By the way, he just hit another home run.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Ohtani, right now. 429 feet into the fountains at Kauffman Stadium.
Oh, that's a bomb.
Yeah. I love Kauffman Stadium, by the way. I love their fountain in the back and, like, the whole deal.
Yeah, I like
that's
it.
a
So that's
cool
29
old school
for
building.
him now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you been to KC for that stadium?
I have not, but I love it. I just love it. It's always been picturesque. Like, I remember growing up watching that place and being like, wow, that's a cool place. Like, I'd love to go. I just have, as they say in Spanish, a mí nada se me perdió en Kansas City.
What does that mean?
Same.
I didn't lose anything in Kansas City, so I had no reason to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, if maybe one day, like, I go, like, if I'm in Kansas City for something, then I'll stop through. But
you're doing the Chiefs on the first week of September, right?
Right, and they're still playing ball. I check it out.
Yeah. Just like you went to the Twins Stadium.
Right. I was there for a playoff game, and I went to the Twins Stadium, which is nice.
I was just telling Graham how, speaking of history, like, my dad made me go to all those stadiums before they tore them down. Like, I remember going to Tiger Stadium and him being like, remember
Tiger Stadium
when you're
was
standing.
also cool. Yeah, with the column.
This is history. They're going to tear this down. You have to be able to remember that you saw it and you were here.
Lynn, I would so get along with your dad.
Oh, my gosh, you have no idea.
is the same exact way. Dad, you're not a history teacher. I don't need to learn this from you. I'm like, no, this is blah, 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 blah. But, yeah. But the Ohtani part, though, George, imagine in the playoffs, right? And Ohtani is just a guy that you could potentially bring out of the pen for you. I know that's not his role. I know that's not the situation. I know it's a completely different thing. But the Dodgers have been... just say their pen isn't offering something where you're feeling confident with somebody. Would you go the Ohtani 1 inning?
Yeah, I mean, sure. But I look at him more as what with Walker Buehler last year, right?
Yeah.
Like, Walker Buehler was giving you starts, and then they needed him in the last game to go an inning, and he gave him an inning. Like, I think it depends on the circumstance, but sure, I would take him in any role.
Imagine that, though, where it's Ohtani hits a bomb, say in the first inning, and then he closes it out. Like, this guy is just a freak for what he does. It's like
he's a once-in-a-generation player. Like, you literally have not seen a player this good in your lifetime.
It's history.
It is
this
history.
is going to be
every day is history with him, though.
When we're like old people in their 70s, back in my day, Ohtani.
You tell some kid, you didn't see Ohtani. You don't know what you're talking about.
That's why my nephew, he's a Guardians fan, and he was still in school when the Dodgers went to Cleveland. It was like the end of May, and so I got him tickets to go because I was like, you have to see Ohtani. It's history.
Yeah.
It's history. By the way, Funch is there. He said he's got a surprise for us.
Oh, okay. Funch on the street. What do you got?
Oh, not yet, he said.
Not yet? Oh, my bad.
Not yet.
All right. Not yet, man. Not yet.
Well, I think we could keep him on. Maybe? No?
No, I just put him back on hold.
Okay.
He'll text you when he's ready.
Yeah, Funch, text us when you're ready.
Okay.
He goes, it's going to be hard to get a player, but I got a great surprise for you guys.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I'm curious now.
Now I am, too.
Not yet, man. Not yet.
So, anyway. By the way, Beto, did you see this story? We were talking football earlier. We were talking about the Rams and just kind of their Super Bowl window or whatever, or their, because there were stories about, the Rams are going all in. Like, what happens if it doesn't work? Like, and, we basically just said, look, we kind of trust their organization, similar to the way we trust the Dodgers organization, right? But an organization that has not earned their fans' trust over decades is the Raiders. And
you love to go to them. Hell yeah.
It's the truth.
I saw the story. I know what story you're talking about.
So there's a story about Tom Brady reportedly said no when the Raiders were trying to add Sam Darnold.
Yep.
and that's why they chose they'd rather go with Geno Smith. Now, look, it's an interesting decision. We'll see if it works itself out. Sam Darnold went to Seattle, signed a 3-year deal. They also drafted Jalen Milroe, who I don't think is close to being an NFL quarterback yet. He's a project that's several years away, in my opinion. So that's why I think the move to Darnold made some sense. Darnold was fantastic under Kevin O'Connell with the Minnesota Vikings. And, what's the best receiver in the sport in Jefferson? And they had a good overall team, right? Like, I think they had a good defense. They had good, decent run game, right? Like, they had a good team. I think Seattle has a good front office. They have gone through – this front office has done a couple of different rebuilds. They now have a new coach. I actually think they played better than expected. Most people last year thought the Seahawks would stink. They were fairly competitive, I thought, last year. And I think they're going to be better this year. They had a very good last couple of drafts. They have also been smart in the way that they've built their team. And I think Sam, I don't think they'll lose much ground from where they were last year, even though I think they're still in a little bit of a minor rebuilding phase. And I think I don't think Sam is worse than Geno. I think Sam and Geno are fairly on equal footing, I would say.
Geno is the guy who's going to be solid for you, right? He's going to be the guy who's going to be, what you're going to get with him. Like I said yesterday, Darnold, I like Sam. I want to root for him, be an SC guy, San Clemente guy. You want to get after him, but he's shown you what he is. And Minnesota was good. Good system, good organization. Can he do that again? I love that right there. Can he do that? Him going to the Raiders would not have worked because Darnold is a guy who's just a guy. He's your backup guy, and he's a solid backup.
See, I disagree. I think that Darnold proved last year that if
is he a playoff caliber quarterback?
He's only played in one playoff game. Like, not everybody's good in their first playoff game. I can run off a litany of quarterbacks who were not very good in their first playoff game.
What I'm saying is he a guy that can lead you to the playoffs? Is he a guy
he did last year. They won 14 games.
But that was it him or was that Minnesota?
Okay, but my point is that some guys, Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. Is Joe Flacco a great quarterback?
No, that was a system.
He can sling it.
He can sling it, but so can Darnold. Is my point. So some guys can be good if you have the right pieces around them. Not everybody is an elevator. Okay, not everybody you can just throw whatever at them like Brady. Okay. And Peyton Manning and, those kind of guys and make them better. Hell, Patrick Mahomes didn't have a great year last year, and he's Patrick freaking Mahomes.
Yeah, but they also have how many weapons on the team?
Mahomes is the best.
Exactly,
Mahomes.
Exactly.
Mahomes.
Exactly.
What is that drop?
But my point is, like, Sam, this is the first time he's actually played on a competent roster. Like, I get that he was with the Niners, but he was the backup there. But
that was not good for him.
No, it was good for him. If anything, he learned there how to be a good quarterback from Shanahan.
Wait, what did you say?
You said that was not good for him in San Francisco.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said New York. I'm sorry.
No, he was
San
at two
Francisco.
dumpster fires before that in New York and Carolina. So he goes to San Francisco to, like, revitalize his career as a backup. No different than Baker Mayfield, who had a cup of coffee here with Sean McVay and the Rams. And then he gets this deal. McCarthy goes down. He goes to Minnesota. They win 14 games. Like, Sam Darnold is 26 years old. Like, he's not old.
He got the going to the Jets is just like the curse for so many players, right? You go there and you just get beat up so bad that you get to the bottom and you're trying to figure out what the heck did I do to deserve this. So Darnold, I like him the person. He just doesn't sell me. Where if I'm having him on my team, if I'm a fan,
but you think like Geno Smith is like some like great quarterback compared to him?
No. I'm not sold on the Raiders being much anything this year. I think Geno's going to be better there, being more of a mature quarterback, more of a guy who could fit into a Pete Carroll kind of system, a guy who can kind of just keep everything calm. I think that's where Geno fits in well with the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine. Like, he's a stopgap quarterback for a couple of years. But I think Darnold can be a little more than a stopgap quarterback because of his age.
But I think, isn't Darnold a guy who could he become a little bit too much of a gunslinger if he was with the Raiders?
I mean, the Raiders are not a good situation, so I'm actually glad he didn't end up there. I actually think he's in a much better situation in Seattle.
Like
I don't know if he's gonna be a gunslinger. I want to think he would be a gunslinger there, knowing that when they drafted Ashton Genty. So I know that their priority is okay. We're gonna get him some touches, let him run the ball, get him up the field a little bit. But I don't know. The receiving core there is not good for Sam Darnold, so I think it's better with the Seahawks for him, for sure.
Hey, is Funchy ready or what? Yeah. All right, Funchy, what do you got, bro? Funchy on the street.
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Hey, we're good.
Well, okay. Well, I tried to get a player. There's a big scrum around, agents, media, whatever. But I got some trophies here for you guys. If you guys like to see some trophies.
Oh, okay, on the YouTube, sure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Some trophies right here. Look at this. Look at this right here. And this is my favorite one right here. Come here, Jonathan. The NHL most gently manliest person.
The NHL most gentlemanly.
That's a real trophy.
Manliest person.
Who won it last year,
I
Funch?
love that.
Who won it last year?
Who won it last year? Jacob Slavin from the Carolina Hurricanes.
He's a gentleman and a scholar.
Yeah, he is. Look, Kopitar won it too.
Oh, there you go.
What is that called? The NHL gentlemanly?
Oh, most gentlemanly player. It's
Yeah.
basically like the nice guy award.
I like
how
it
like
the way
the
they do it, though.
the media in sports, gentlemanly is a much better name for it. You know how the media every year votes for like the guy who's like the best with the media or whatever every year in every sport.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of probably what that is. If I had
There's
to
a
guess.
lot of trophies there.
Funch, isn't that
And you
the
know what?
lady?
This is my favorite award right here, guys. This is my favorite one because it's Mark Messier, like one of 3 hockey players I know. Mark Messier.
Yeah. What is the trophy though?
It is the Leadership Award.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. You got a leadership award.
There you go. And then
Who would win the
right here
leadership
is the
award here
granddaddy
at
of them all.
710?
What's the grand? Oh, they got the Stanley Cup there. Look at that, Funch. I'm
And
jealous.
Wait,
of them
Funchy,
all.
hold on. You
Look
showing
at
us
that.
all these trophies and you're not going to the Stanley Cup?
He is now.
I mean, I had to. Yo, those are the appetizers, Sedano. This is the main course. What do you want me to
No,
do?
bro.
You want the main course?
Yeah,
first?
no. You're burying the
You
lead.
buried the lead, is what I was going to
Yeah,
say.
like
Yeah.
what are you
I
doing?
mean,
Like you
I'm
go
sorry,
Stanley Cup, and then you
guys.
show me the gentlemanly trophy.
Come on.
Look at
You-
that
you don't
thing.
You don't eat your main course. You don't eat dessert before the appetizer.
Bro, this ain't a dinner. Like people will leave if you're talking about the gentlemanly trophy. If you said you had the Stanley Cup, people would watch.
Okay, well, there you go. There you go. Whoopie-dee-doo.
You keep that Olive Garden over there, man.
Funch,
Yeah, hold on.
All
Hold
right.
on. You had
All right.
Mastro's over there, and you took me to Olive Garden first.
Ain't nothing wrong with the tour of Italy, Sedano.
You gave me the tour
All right,
of
and then
like
there's
the tour of Toronto over there is what you gave me.
George,
And
you know
this
that
is the
gentleman
biggest
trophy that he's
surprise,
talking
the
about?
biggest-
Got a surprise. Let's go. What is it, Funch?
Wait, look at this. Look what I have here. A one-on-one. A one-on-one card. Look at that.
What? Funch, he's
Look
got
at
his own
that.
trading
Who's that?
card.
I love
Stop
that.
it!
The Funchy
Who wants
trading
an
card.
autographed Funchy card? Huh? Who wants
Now
that
that's
one-on-one?
history right there.
I need
Does this-
that.
That's right.
It says Michael
this is more,
Funch is
This
on
is
it.
worth more than a Honus Wagner card, okay? All right? This is Honus Wagner I'm putting in my hand, all right?
Oh my God, that's a great card.
That's
That
a
is
great
amazing.
picture.
That's right.
That is so good.
That is right.
Yeah, that is so
One
good.
of you guys might get this card. I don't know. One of you lucky people upstairs might get this card.
Okay.
That's
Funchy,
amazing,
the
Funch.
security guy, the people in the chat are saying the security guy is giving you the side eye. Are you all right over there? Are you good?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm among friends here.
Okay.
I'm among friends. Yeah, they're keeping out the other people, not me.
You see a lot of Kings fans there, Funch?
I do, but there's a lot of other fans here. Blackhawks, the San Jose Sharks or whatever. I don't know. I can't name any other team.
What about the Kraken? Any Kraken fans?
Kraken's a good name.
Oh, the Kraken. That's right.
Yeah.
What's the Utah team? They have a Utah team.
They
a
just
Utah.
they just
The
added
Mammoth.
their name. They used to be the Utah Hockey Club, but they have a real name now.
Yeah, they're the Mammoth now.
The
Are they
Mammoth.
the Mammoth? Okay.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
right. That's right. The Utah Mammoth. That's right. That's right. But you know what? What was really cool? We watched the first couple picks. What was really cool is whenever someone got picked, they would, give props and give daps to all the other players that were waiting too, instead of just their family and then their friends or whatever. You had to wait for like 30 people to get dapped up and get, a 5 or whatever, a pound or whatever before the guy actually got the stage, that was really cool.
Okay, so they allowed you in like the room where they're getting drafted?
I mean, no. I mean, we're not allowed in the war room, but I mean,
No, not the war room, bro, where they announce the picks.
What is wrong with you? We're not in a war room. Yeah.
No, bro, where they announce the picks. Were you allowed in there?
Yeah, we're allowed. Yeah, we're allowed in the whole place. Yeah, the Peacock Theater. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The commissioner got booed before.
I saw that.
The pick.
Yeah.
What is up with that?
Well, that's what they do. All the commissioners get booed basically before.
But why? What?
Yeah, I mean,
Why?
fans don't
Why?
like the commissioner.
Well, he's a different story. The Ducks are picking right now. Joshua Jackson is the celebrity.
the Anaheim Ducks are picking right now.
Funch, did you get to see like Bailey, the WWE wrestler, or any of the
No,
celebs?
I wish I did. I wish I did because I would ask her to put her her finishing move on me. But I didn't see her. We saw players get picked and they were ushered out, quickly by their team or whatever, their security team or whatever. So we couldn't get to them.
All right, Funchy. You know what? You're not closing better than that. So we're gonna let you go now. Thank you for doing it on NHL Draft Night across the street. You can get back to the studio now.
Of course.
I'm here.
Anytime.
All right, thank you. There he is.
Thanks, Funch.
Funchy on the street. Hold on, let's put him back on hold. There we go.
Oh, so
we
much
ain't coming no more.
there.
Roger McQueen was drafted by the Ducks, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
He was talking about the Lady Bing trophy, George. That gentleman trophy. It's called the Lady Bing.
Oh, okay.
The what?
The Lady Bean.
The Lady Bing trophy. It's given to the guy who has the best sportsmanship throughout the season in the NHL.
Are you sure that one's not different than the most gentlemanly? Like that's all the same thing?
This is the one for the gentleman.
Okay.
Conduct.
Okay.
So, just there's so much to unpack there. The best part is he's like, I can only name 2 teams.
I mean, Funch definitely delivered. He was a little nervous, about how this would go, and I was just like, Funch, just be you. And he was, and it was great.
How did he get his own trading card?
I'm sure they have like an upper deck person there, and they just make it for you right there, which is kind of cool, actually. So.
Oh my goodness.
That's great.
Damn, I want my own trading card. Damn.
I want to go over and do that.
Yeah.
I love that guy. I love Funch.
That was
I harass
funny.
him a lot, but I
well
love
done. Well done. I mean, we had some technical difficulties the first go around, but we worked it out fairly well, I would say. Anyway,
what a guy.
What were we talking about again? Oh, the Raiders. Yeah,
Raiders,
and all the Raider fans are mad at me. I know, I get it. Whatever.
They're no good. Can we take a break?
I mean, listen. Lindsay thinks they can win 9 games. I
do.
think that's crazy.
I do.
Like if there is a world where you could sell me on they won 9 games.
I mean,
I don't think it's super likely, but you could. There's a world where I think that's possible, like an alternate universe.
Why does it have to be alternate, though? I feel like it's very plausible.
No,
It's
in the
a universe where there's
multiverse, there's a lot of different scenarios, right? And in this multiverse, there is at least one scenario the Raiders could win 9 games.
I just don't think that Tom Brady is going to stand for anything other than excellence.
Right, except Tom Brady's not playing.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan used to not stand for anything but
I know,
excellence,
but-
and then the Charlotte Hornets were always terrible. And the only time they made the play-in or whatever under his time, he fired the coach, and then they were a disaster
play-in.
again.
That's right.
That's a good point. But I don't know. Maybe it's different with football. No?
I don't know. All these guys think it's easy, until they're not. They're in that role, and then they realize they're not playing anymore.
Well, it sounds like he's like asking them to ask him
As the sounding board.
Yes,
right,
he's like, hey, I'm all ears. Whenever they want to talk to me, I'm here. Like he's putting that out there. Like, hey guys, ask me questions. I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm here.
But again, there's a scenario. Like I think they could win 8. Like I could totally see 8 and 9.
8 is pushing it. Yeah. If Mahomes doesn't have a day, right?
I mean, listen. I think I think the Chiefs. I mean, they're still going to be good. There's going to be the Chiefs, but I don't think they're invincible anymore.
No. You're not scared of them. You're not thinking, oh my goodness.
No, you are still scared of them. Let's not get crazy.
No, because they've shown that you can get to them.
No, I get it. In one, I mean, they still went to the Super Bowl last year. Let's not make it seem like they're trash.
But they weren't dominating last year.
Don't matter.
I think the Bills are going to get them this year.
It'd be honestly.
I say that every year.
I think that this is the year, though.
That fan base is pretty damn tortured.
They were going up. They're going up
people.
just at the right time, where Kansas City is starting to kind of level out.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is where the two heads come together.
Like Rams fans, since they've been back in L.A., I know we had that terrible Jeff Fisher season to start and that one outlier season where everybody got hurt a couple years ago. You've lived a charmed life, bro, since they've been back here. They have been really, really good. Like, that organization has been top-notch since they came back.
Yeah, imagine being someone like your kid's age, They only know the Rams as winners.
Right.
Good.
And that's what you want. Because what does Ireland say? Star-driven town, star-driven town, star-driven effing town.
He's right.
And he's right. But they got a star coach, too.
I appreciate you buttering me up, George.
You're welcome, Sean.
I'm sorry, the Raiders are losing the first 3 weeks.
I mean, dog, their schedule's hard.
I'm looking at it right now. They're losing the first 3 weeks. They're losing to the Patriots. They're losing to the Chargers. They're losing to the Commanders. The first 3 weeks, they're losing. 0-3 right there. I guarantee.
And then you got to play Caleb.
Let him know, DeAndre.
0-4. 0-4 right there. That's my prediction. They're gonna go 0-4. 0-4.
And then you got to go on the road and play Daniel Jones. Well, they should get a win there. But let me tell you, I wouldn't be surprised Daniel Jones has one of those like comeback seasons, right? Like how many guys have gone to the Colts? Remember, like Phillip Rivers went there at the end of his career, and they like made the playoffs or whatever.
Right.
Like random crazy crap happens in the NFL. So that's what I'm saying. Even the Raiders, again, there's at least one multiverse where I see they could win 9 games.
I just love the Raider fans' dedication to their team, no matter
Oh,
what.
I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm not a Raiders fan at all. I just feel like everything they did this offseason, I think they're going to be good.
Oh, no, it's way better. They went from completely incompetent
They've
over
improved.
the last couple of years.
Improved.
They went from, 3 years ago, they were like completely incompetent. Whenever Josh McDaniels was the coach, right? They went from completely incompetent to Antonio Pierce, as the interim, like you felt good, like, hey, maybe there's something there, kind of like when Passace took over. And then it did work out for Antonio, who I love. I think Antonio.
They didn't even give him a quarterback. How's it going to work out?
Agreed. I don't think he got a fair shake. I'm with you. And then now they bring in Pete. We know what Pete's about. They are competent now, which honestly is a monumental step for that organization. Like, that's not even a joke. That's not me piling on. They have been so inept that them being competent with someone who has won a Super Bowl, who knows what he's doing, like, that's a huge step for them. Like, I'm happy for them in that regard.
Yes. And it's a step in the right direction. It's about time. Look, for the
proven winner.
The suffering that these Raider fans go through every single year, buying the jerseys, going to Vegas, supporting their team, they deserve better than 5 wins or 4 wins.
No doubt. Agreed. And here's what I'll tell you. Now, I'll tell you what I told Cappy and I told Kirk. He's 73 years old. It's not like he's going to be there for the long term. So they better figure it out quick. Because if not, they're going to be starting all over again.
And then what happens? What was your line last year? Commitment to covering?
Commitment to covering. I mean, they've put a Band-Aid on it for now, but sure as hell they needed one. So I'll give them that.
They're going to beat the Titans. I mean, they're going to beat the Titans because Cam Moore's rookie year.
They're not ready yet.
They're not ready yet. They're going to beat them. But then they're going to go on and play the Chiefs. Nah, I don't know. I just don't see the likelihood of them. Maybe. I'm thinking maybe 7 games they win. Maybe.
I mean, that sounds more right.
8 would be great for the Raider fans.
So then if 8 is the over-under, you're saying the under.
What is the over-under right now?
Oh, let's find out.
Let's look.
Win total for the Raiders, 2025. Raiders win total, 6.5.
Oh,
Definitely
6.5.
Definitely over.
That should tell you what if Vegas telling you 6.5, that's realistic.
So it's going to be around 7.
Dude, the best part, George? Oh, it's actually
it's minus 150 and the over. So they think they're going to win 7 or 8. Vegas thinks they're going to go over 6.5. If they're that much juice, so yeah, 7 sounds right. Maybe even 8. But again, that'd be a great season considering, to Beto's point, how many 5-win seasons you've had.
I mean, I did say I thought they'd go over 500. That's all we're looking at this year.
Right. All right, that's 30 minutes commercial free.
Woo!
We got somehow 2 more segments to squeeze in the next 20 minutes, so we'll figure that out. Stick around, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers into Marco Farr.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
But I'm thinking like going raw.
Raw dog in a flight.
Raw dog in a flight. You get on with nothing. Don't read, no phone, nothing. You just sit there for however long the flight is. Could you make it wrong?
Don't say it like that.
Well, I tried. I made it about 45 minutes, and then it just, because the seat was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I should join
And
the
also,
lawsuit.
the idea of making seats bigger is better for everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody, even if you're tiny little thing,
Not for
your
the
seat's
airlines.
bigger.
That's not everybody.
Any customer,
Yes.
4 seats.
fine. So anybody who's like sitting next to somebody who's a little big for a seat and they're complaining about the person being too big, yes, bigger seats is better for
Can't you
everybody.
just delete just a few seats and just make it a little bit wider for everyone?
Travis and DeMarco back Monday at 9 a.m.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. In tough times, a lot of people find themselves owing money to the IRS. It can really weigh you down, and you're confused about the right way to handle it. And all those scary ads on the radio about the IRS, they don't help. Tax relief advocates want you to relax, knowing that whether you owe $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS another day. TRA has a proven 3-step tax resolution process, plus they're experts at working with special programs available from the IRS to help taxpayers get back on track. Easy to see why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you owe money to the IRS and feel trapped, don't lose hope. Tax relief advocates could reduce or even eliminate your debt. End your tax nightmare today. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Again, 800-575-1482.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
In 1979, the first words spoken on ESPN weren't just an announcement.
If you're a fan,
They were a sports prophecy.
what you'll see in the next minutes, hours, and days to follow
Glad you're with us tonight.
may convince you you've gone to sports heaven. And right now, you're standing on the edge of tomorrow.
This fall, the next era of ESPN begins. Sports Forever.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all of that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states or situations.
And it is Sedano and Kap Friday afternoon. Big deal or no deal in just a moment. Tomorrow, June 28th, back in 1996, Striptease starring Debbie Moore and Ving Rhames premiered in theaters. What's DeAndre know about striptease, huh?
Nothing.
Today is National Orange Blossom Day.
Oh.
And here's another TV theme. We didn't play this for Radio Tinder, but we'll play it now on this day in 1989. NBC aired Miami Vice for the last time, and we have to play that because we have to tribute the fact that Sedano washed up on the shores of Miami once upon a time. Sedano and Kap with Beto continues your Friday afternoon right now.
Yo, this show, I was a little kid when this show came out. I remember my parents would watch this every week, so I would watch it. Even though it was, my parents didn't care about no violence. I mean, whatever. It was just like, whatever. Figure it out, kid. Just don't do whatever they're doing on TV.
Yeah.
That show was great. Like, great. It was probably a little ahead of its time because it was, most of the cop shows we had back then were kind of like cartoonish and gimmicky. And this was like real. You know, like they were doing like
and Tubbs, baby.
drug
Tubbs.
busts and stuff. Like it was, I mean, you know, as real as television would get for the time.
Yep.
It was pretty
and
real.
Edward James almost involved, man.
Although I didn't know any cops that ever drove a Ferrari. Well, I guess the Bad Boys did the same thing, and they also, you know, but
Does
like that's
Miami
it.
have cops that are on jet skis and boats for real?
I mean, there's the Coast Guard.
But I mean, they make it look like they're like just driving around, you know, like
Yeah,
the police officers
Right,
themselves.
But, yeah, it is weird that in Bad Boys they also were in Miami and they had them riding in like these fancy ass cars. And
Remember
stuff.
that bad movie that they had? Jamie Foxx and Colin
Oh
Farrell.
no, the movie was not
Yes.
good. Yeah, and it's crazy because Michael Mann was the director and he's fantastic. But yeah, it just was not a good movie. But yeah, the original show, good show, man.
It was like an NBC show, right?
Oh yeah, NBC on like either Sunday nights. I don't remember. Whatever. It was like on the weekend.
Yeah.
But
That's what
Yeah, it was
Latino
good.
parents would just let you watch whatever. They're like, just don't do that.
Yeah.
They'll let you watch it. But
Exactly.
No.
All right, Linz, go ahead.
All right, so the only thing I got here for Big Deal or No Deal, since we don't have much time, is there's a scandal going on, and possibly in the World Series of Poker, because in their recent Millionaire Maker event, the winner and the runner-up have both been accused of collusion.
Oh.
And it says that the announcement about this investigation came after the completion of a $1,500 buy-in no-limit hold'em tournament at the Horseshoe in Las Vegas, which finished on Wednesday. And I guess there was...
So how did they collude? They just basically figured you'll win, I'll lose, we'll split the pot kind of thing?
So what they said is that they're being accused of engaging in chip dumping. And I was going to ask you guys, basically the one guy was throwing hands so the other guy could win, and then they would split the chips type of thing. So I guess that's what they're being accused of.
So, one guy is losing to another guy, and then they split the winnings at the end? Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's, instead of... Because you get first place and second place, I guess that's a lot of money that they win. And so if you've got a group of 5 guys final, that are in the finals, one of the guys is going to agree to lose to give the other guy a better chance of winning.
Huh. It's collusion, right?
Yeah. That's pretty whack. Although, look, are we really, super surprised that a bunch of gamblers, figured out how to game the system?
That's what I was going to ask. How can they prove that? Because what they're saying is,
Well, all of it's on video. So you can kind of, and you could just basically see how the way they're playing certain hands and what their tendencies normally are. If they're playing out of character, I think you can figure it out.
They said that it was televised, and
it's always televised.
Viewers were speculating that the winner, or the second place guy, was intentionally losing hands to increase the other stack as part of a prearranged agreement.
Well, when you're on that level, people know your tendencies. People know what you're doing. And they're like, wait, no, that guy normally wins something like that.
So then how did they think they could get away with it?
I don't know. We'll find out. But that is pretty crazy.
You need to hang around more degenerate gamblers because these guys will always try to find a way to work something.
To game the system, yeah.
Sure, but if that's the case, that's the last place that you think you'd be able to get away with it.
You agreed. It's pretty ballsy is what I would say.
Yeah.
Did you see that
video?
They
must have thought that they could do something.
Did you see that video of Adrian Peterson getting mad at someone during poker?
Yeah.
And he got in someone's face?
Yeah, and he almost threw him over a table?
Yeah.
I did not see that, no.
Last week.
The poker rooms are not a place to
So I had a buddy who was very good at poker, played twice in the World Series of Poker. The first time, he was the first guy out. And then the next time, he lasted for a while. He lasted a couple of days. But he said he was super embarrassed when he was the first guy out of the entire tournament the first time. That's a big deal. First of all, it's $10,000 just to buy in, unless you qualify as in one of the circuit tournaments. But yeah, people take that stuff very seriously. So I'm kind of surprised, to your point, to some extent that they thought they could get away with it, although not surprised that they would try to figure out a way to game the system.
Yeah, it's always somebody desperate, okay, let's try to do something here.
You're talking about millions of dollars at the end.
Yeah.
So, all right, you got another one, Chicky? We got more time for another one. Go ahead.
I don't.
Oh, okay. Then we don't.
I do, but I feel like we put our break and everything. We got 4 minutes of commercial, something like
okay,
that,
then let's just do that. That's fine. All right.
Good.
Yeah. All right. One more break. Dealer's Choice is up next. Petter, you got a Dealer's Choice?
I'll find something.
All right. Friday, baby. That's next.
Yeah. See America your way in a new Subaru from Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, like a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek with just 2.9% financing for 48 months, or a new 2025 Subaru Outback with just 3.9% financing for 72 months. For complete details, visit OceanSubaruOC.com or come into Ocean Subaru on Euclid Street in Fullerton. Wherever the journey takes you, it starts here at Ocean Subaru.
Approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 6/30/2025.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Accident.
or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace. As a sports fan, you always want your team to be well coached and to win. And you know who's always winning? My guy, Jacob. Think about it. If you've been injured in a car accident, a slip and fall at a store, rideshare accident, whatever it is, you feel like you lost. Call Jacob. He knows the opponent's weaknesses, how to exploit them, and attack the insurance company to provide you the win you deserve. 844-24-JACOB, or remember, calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds, through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco.
Live from LA Live. Back Monday morning at 9 a.m.
Let me explain to you the best place to get a hot dog, but it's a golf course thing. They will split the dog like you're talking about. They'll butterfly the dog, right? They will typically cook it on the flat top so it gets a little of that crust on both the inside and the outside, and then they put it back in the bun, and then there's that little like groove in the hot dog that catches all the stuff. You're welcome.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
On 710 ESPN.
Happy Friday afternoon. Final segment on this Friday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the sports. Enjoy the sun. Be careful out there. We'll see you back Monday at 3 p.m. as the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover begins another week too without Cappy next week. Have a great weekend. Sedano and Kap. Final segment with Beto, your Friday afternoon right now.
She stood there bright as the sun on that California coast.
All right, dealer's choice.
Yeah.
It's a Friday. Beto's in the house. Big fight tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you guys want to listen to me, I'll be on DAZN tomorrow starting at 12. There's 6 undercard fights before the DAZN broadcast gets going at 5. So I have some of the young prospects coming up. So on DAZN tomorrow. That's where he's in this hotel. And no, it's not a Motel 6, man. It's a super nice hotel, all right? So the people in the YouTube chat. But I got a couple
Real
things.
quick, though, let me tell people, Dealer's Choice, the real deal, brought to you by Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They'll make selling easy. Call them at 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer, or visit their website, sellersadvantage.com.
So I got a couple things right now. I want to shout out to a good friend of mine, Lindsay Payares. I did a fight last weekend.
Oh, the Niners.
Yeah, the Niners team reporter, and she's like, I want to, expand into a different part of the sports world. So she flew down, and she was our ringside reporter last week, and she listens to the station. She's from Long Beach. And so I told her, like, Lynn, get in the ring, interview these guys. And she's like, this is crazy. She did awesome. So she's going to be working some more fights with me. Lindsay Payares is her name, UCLA alum. So she'll be around NFL world for us. And second of all, I've talked about this man who did my shoulder surgery about 9 months ago, Ron Navarro, Dr. Ron
Is
Navarro.
it the guy I met at the Laker game?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He went to Banning High, went to Santa Barbara. He's the chief orthopedic at Kaiser Permanente in Harbor City.
He was there with his wife that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he lives over there by you in that area. Shoulder Doc is his Instagram. The other day, this was awesome to see. He spoke at Harvard. It's a prestigious award, the Henry J. Mankin, MD, Thesis Day presentations. So he was the featured speaker at Harvard University in Cambridge, right? Like to go from Wilmington, 90744, WEMUS as they call it, to Harvard and speak and distinguish. And, anytime that you can see somebody from your community shining like that, it's always amazing. As he said, because Harbor College, the junior college right down the street from him, he's like, I could have gone to Harvard, but instead I went to Harvard. That was a joke.
Right.
So I just want to shout out to Dr. Navarro, who's a fantastic orthopedic surgeon, and just to see so many people coming up to him and talking about it. He'll never brag about it, but it's cool. Like I said, you met him, George. And it was great to see that. And also that account, Foos in Medicine, FOOS in Medicine, to UCLA medical students who just recently passed. And they're now official doctors. One of them is Irvin, who grew up working in the farms, picking fruit.
Nice.
And they're now full-fledged doctors, and their account is Foos in Medicine, FOOS in Medicine.
I love that.
They're doing a lot of great inspiration. The other one is from South Central.
Yeah.
What they do is they go to different schools, and they talk about STEM for kids in elementary, and it's whatever it is, the dream that you have, make sure you go and chase it. So Lindsay chasing her broadcasting dream, Dr. Navarro chasing his orthopedic dream, and then the Foos in Medicine are legit doctors out of UCLA. So, me, I always like to shine to the people who are putting in that work.
No doubt about it. Speaking of shining work, Funchy, great job today.
Thank you.
Funch on the street at the NHL draft. We didn't know what the hell you were going to get into, but you did well. You did good. I mean, you needed to lead with the Stanley Cup, but you still got there.
I got a Honus Wagner card. You want
it?
I want the Funchy card. Yeah.
I said we should hang it up behind him in the studio since he's the only one who ever sits there on camera.
Yeah. What we can do is we can.
I need to get it graded first. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh wow.
We'll put your card there for when you're gone after the summer. We can just refer to it.
Okay. Cool.
That'd be great. We'll get it on a plaque and
That'd
stuff.
be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, summer of fun. How long do we have you until the Lakers season
October
starts?
Probably.
Yeah.
October.
Oh, okay, so we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good.
Oh, wait till we go to the anime. We're going to send him to the anime convention next week.
No, you're not.
We are?
No, you're not. No.
Where is it? At the convention
Right
center?
here, it's over at the convention center.
Oh, Funchy, that'll be fun. That would be fun.
We gotta send him over
No,
there.
you'd be into that,
And
Funch.
Jonathan and company are going to have to do a good job.
Should I dress up
with
too?
that one? No, I don't think they need to dress up. That's not what I'm saying.
Cosplay.
I think we need more than just Jonathan. I think we need multiple cameras for the anime. Is what I would
Send
say.
them with Ron the caddy. Dress up as a caddy, Funch.
Yeah. So we need Jonathan and Graham, I think, both on the scene that day is what we'll need. Because we need multiple cameras for the anime festival,
Let's get it.
And, you can bring one of those Yu-Gi-Ohs that Lindsay was talking about. So there you go. All right, great job, Graham, Jonathan, the crew in the back, the COT, the mongrels in the YouTube chat. Beto, excellent work on the road. Have a great time tomorrow at the fight.
Thank you.
We know you'll do great. DeAndre, Lindsay, Funchy, as we mentioned. Christopher, no, for nothing. Whatever. You didn't die today, so that's good. We're glad.